is Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet on My Charleston.
It's week number 8 of Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet on My TV. A perfect October night for a 5A showdown as the upstart in Region 6, the Cane Bay Cobras, invade Charles Gibson Stadium to take on the Goose Creek Gators. Hello, everybody. I'm Zeke Beam alongside Sean Mahoney and Trooper Bob patrolling the sidelines. Welcome into week number 8 of Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. We're at Goose Creek High School. Cane Bay coming in 5A Region 6 showdown. These two teams squaring off. Cane Bay looking to make their statement in Region 6.
Yeah, I mean, these two teams, every time they match up, there's a little bit of an extra motivation to get that win. And it goes extra tonight, especially Goose Creek, Cane Bay. Cane Bay has been one of the big contenders all season, and Goose Creek looking to rain on their parade on this Friday night.
When you talk about Cane Bay, you have to talk about the defense. They've been rock solid all senior middle linebacker Cameron Avery. He's a stand on the outside, got a Shrine Bowl invite this week, playmaker on the outside. To this defense.
Oh, yeah, and he goes all around the field. He can play at middle linebacker. He can play on the end. He floats all around. He's really the heart of this defense. Leads the team in tackles with 37, 8 tackles for loss. He's going to be the one to stop this Creek offense, who has been putting up points these last couple weeks.
And it was a slow start to Goose Creek's season offensively, but it's changed, like you said, the last few weeks. Last week, Goose Creek's been averaging 33 points per game. Drew Moore, the quarterback, big reason.
Is the biggest reason part of that. And some of the teams they played, Somerville, Fort Dorchester, they're putting up 31, 38. And Drew Moore has really been the person to spark this offense, and he can get the job done on the offensive side of the field. But like we always say, it's going to take a complete team win for Goose Creek to come out with the win. But like I said, it starts with Drew Moore on the offensive side.
Like we said, it's a region game. It's a rivalry game. Team separated by about 15 minutes. We've got a beautiful sunset out here at Goose Creek High School. Should be an entertaining 48 minutes. The kickoff of week number 8, Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet, Cane Bay, and Goose Creek coming here. Week number 8 of Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. An absolutely beautiful night for football here in Goose Creek. Zeke Beam, Sean Mahoney, and Trooper Bob on the sidelines for week number 8 of Friday Night Rival. Sean, just it is what it is. Rivalry game, region game, playoff implications, region championship implications. A little bit of everything tonight.
Yeah, I know. And these teams, every time they play, there's a little bit of the chip on their shoulder. And like you said, playoff implications, despite their overall records, both these teams undefeated in region play. So this is a big game for either side when it comes to seeding in the playoffs as we get closer to November. We're in these last few weeks, Zeke, and every game counts.
Beautiful night, like we said, here in Goose Creek, 7:35 p.m., 70 degrees, sponsored by our time and temperature, Holy City Heating and Air's time and temperature. We provide solutions for every season. Boy, we had that game at Phillips Simmons, and we beat Hurricane Ian early, but you cannot beat the weather that we've had the last 4 or 5 Friday nights.
It's been beautiful. Like, nice sunsets, too. It's not too chilly. Now, this one's going to be a little bit chillier than maybe last week, but, you know, I don't think anyone's going to be complaining on the field.
Joseph, number 64, and right guard Jalen Richardson, number 54.
Let's take a look at Cruz Chevrolet keys to the game for tonight. First for Cane Bay. This is an option offense. They want to get running downhill, and they have a talented offensive line.
Yeah, they run the flex bone right now. They got a couple people on their offensive line, too. Andrew Mitchell, he's going to be playing on Saturdays. And you also got Cameron Durant, who's committed to East Carolina. They're going to really pound the ball, make sure that they get downfield, use those big bodies in front of them, and do what they do, chunk runs and really get the momentum going for that offensive line.
And for Goose Creek, this is a Cane Bay offense that runs the flex bone offense. They want to, Goose Creek wants to make them throw it a little bit tonight. They want to force them into second and long, third and long situations.
You need negative plays if you're Goose Creek. You want that ball going backwards. You want to force them to beat you with the pass, because this option in this flex bone offense right now for Cane Bay, it's going to be hard to stop. So if you can get them a little bit out of their comfort zone, push them back, and then, like you said, let Drew Moore go to work on the offensive side of the ball, you can have a chance to win the game.
Set for our Palmetto Pride kickoff. Lawson Thorne to kick off. More on him throughout the night, and that's why we'll talk about him right there. This one lands right off the back of the end zone, and Goose Creek will go on offense at their own 25-yard line. Take a look at the starting lineups for these two teams. First for Goose Creek, the offensive starters. Andrew Moore is the quarterback. Like we said, he has this offense rolling the last 4 weeks. 33 points per game. Talented at the skill positions. Troy Reed, Jaden Stevens, Jehovah Williams, the running back. It's a talented group of skill guys for Goose Creek. Goose Creek will have it. First and 10 at their own 20 to start the football game. After the touchback, Moore in the backfield. Also back there with him is Malik McGowan, and a little quick throw out to the flat is complete, but not for a whole lot. Take a look at our defensive starters. This is a Cane Bay defense that plays as a unit. Ben Newton, Jordan Horback at the linebacker and cornerback positions that have come on, but we talked about Cameron Avery. He's the heart of this defense.
Yeah, he's going to be the one. You're going to see him fly all around the field, just like you see there. And I believe that might have been that Cameron Avery was there in that middle linebacker spot waiting for him, but he's going to be one of those players we're going to be talking about a lot, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
For your Goose Creek Gators.
Looked like it was Jay Harris up there alongside Avery, also Parker Osborne, another one of those linebackers. Goose Creek goes fast, and maybe a little too fast, and they draw the quick flag. They're going so quick early, can't even get the starters yet. They're the starters. Okay, they're snapping it again.
Procedure penalty against the Gators on the back of up 5.
From my knowledge.
So it'll be 3rd and 13 for your Goose Creek.
So a 5-yard penalty, a minute into the game on the false start. Goose Creek backed up. Andrew Moore and company, 3rd and 13. Moore looking right the whole way. Got to take a deep shot. Has a man with a step. Reed, an acrobatic catch across midfield and out at the 40-yard line. Wow. They needed 13. They got 44. And Moore 1-for-1 up top to Reed.
That's that big playmaking ability that we were talking about with Moore. Just steps back in the pocket, and you know you need a chunk of yards here. And he sees his man going downfield. Reed, 6'1", 175. He's got that big frame, and he was able to haul that in. What a catch, and a huge momentum builder for Goose Creek.
He rumbles up the field for a gain of about 7.
So Malik McGowan's gets the first down carry, and he plows his way for 5 or 6. And Goose Creek, that offense churning here early. Parker Osborne made the stop. A Mr. Sparky first down, and as we fell asleep, Goose Creek went quick, working on some production stuff or some technical stuff here in the booth, and an incomplete pass out of bounds. Goose Creek thought they stole one there.
Reed's been beating him on that outside run, and it looks like Reed just couldn't get that foot inbounds before he hit the pylon. But like you said, Zeke, these Cane Bay, Goose Creek Gators, they're moving fast. They're not wasting any time. They don't put the pedal to the metal in this game. And, yeah, they didn't barely keep up.
Really good look there on the replay a second ago.
We have a substitution penalty against Cane Bay. So that will give
So Mr. Sparky first down for Goose Creek on the penalty, and a good look on the replay. A second ago, Troy Reed obviously clipped the pylon before he made the catch, but Goose Creek nevertheless approaching the Boone Hall red zone. Back there with McGowan. Fakes it, pressure comes, and has to dump it into the near boundary, incomplete.
Nice coverage in there by the Cobras. Number 21.
Working through some technical issues on our end. We said that a few moments ago. We're well behind what you see on TV as we see it come back to us. So we're trying to work through that and stay ahead as much as possible. Hope to get that fixed here in the next little while. Second down 10 for Goose Creek. Probably going to see the most plays we've seen out of an offense this season here tonight. Moore pulls it. Moore to Reed. Touchdown, Gators. Perfect little RPO. He just pulled it right out of his running back's belly and dumped it across the middle to a wide open Reed. And just like that, Goose Creek side strikes first. A Trident Technical College touchdown. Your future, your college. We weren't sure how many we were going to get last week. We got one. I think we're going to get more than one tonight.
Yeah, just the way this pace is going, Goose Creek wasting no time, and it's been Troy Reed this entire drive. A nice slant across the middle, making sure he tucks that ball, gets in the end zone, and Reed has been all over the field. That Moore to Reed connection, watch out. We're going to be hearing those two names a lot tonight.
Moore to Reed. Creek strikes first. Did you say break?
And we have a TV timeout, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. A little miscommunication there. Goose Creek on top 7-0 here early. 2 minutes gone by. The Cobras strike first. Moore to Reed. Week number 8 of Friday Night Rivalry, driven by Crew Chevrolet.
While we have time out, I'd like to remind you that our
An impressive opening drive for Goose Creek. The Gators lead at 7-0. Moore to Reed. Impressive, really, drive from Moore and Reed as they make the two big plays on that touchdown.
And blistering fast pace, Zeke. We're just over 2 minutes into the game. I mean, we were dealing with some stuff. Felt like we were running on a treadmill trying to stay up. But, you know, it's going to be one of those games just back and forth. We'll see how Cane Bay responds.
Hooch kick from the Gators taken on the run by Cane Bay, and out across the 35-yard line, right near the 35-yard line, is Brody Roberts. And the Cobras will go on offense 1st and 10 from there. Cane Bay 5-1 on the season. We get our first look at Jabari Grant, the quarterback for the Cane Bay Cobras. They don't throw it a lot. They are a flexbone option offense, and they really like to grind you down.
34-yard line.
Big offensive line, couple of college prospects. Coached by Russell Zaire. Head coach and defensive coordinator. He's in his 12th season.
Hand off in there.
Straight ahead, looking for a little running room. I think was Tompkins. Let's take a look at the starting lineups first for Cane Bay. Maybe the big key for Cane Bay on the starting lineups is TJ Wright. Their key running back is out of the lineup tonight. Got banged up a little bit a couple of weeks ago. He'll miss his second game in a row. Grant's the quarterback. Playmakers are Roberts and Williams out wide. Then Mitchell and Durant are the two offensive linemen to keep an eye on.
Looks like a little bit of a jump, but
Offside by the Gators. That'll move it. Advance it 5 yards for the Cane Bay Cobras. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
Sean, one thing you can't do, you can't give an option offense 5-yard penalties and give them a short field, and Goose Creek may have done that just again. So the Gators jump for a second time in a row and a free Mr. Sparky first down for Cane Bay after a short run on first down.
Offside again by the Goose Creek Gators. That will push the ball forward for a 1st down for the Cane Bay Cobras.
well, an offense that loves to get those chunk yards plays, and you're giving them 2 free ones right there. It's definitely an interesting start to Cane Bay's drive, and you talked about it, Zeke. TJ Wright being out. We got Deshaun Tompkins in the backfield. As you see him go in motion right here for a team that relies so heavily on the run. You got to see how Tompkins is able to step up here.
Langston Rhodes is the B-back. He gets it here and pops it. First down yardage into Goose Creek territory. And a quick gain of 15 there for the Cobras. Look at the defensive starters for this Goose Creek defense. Richardson up front, Roper, Smiley, and Bryant, that big defensive line, and then athletic linebacker Wall, Moses, and Johnson. It's a unit that was really good earlier in the year, and because the offense has sped up, the defense has been popped against some really good teams the last couple of weeks.
And they've been tested, and so we talked about Drew Moore for Goose Creek being that player of the game, but the defense is really going to be the key. You're going to have to get some stops because you know your offense can produce, but so can Cane Bay.
Rhodes gets the call on second down after a little 5-yard gain on first for the Cobras, and he's stuck right in the middle of that line. Richardson and Roper. Already seen Jerome Rivers come in and out a couple of times on that defensive line. He's been swapping with Richardson, who had those early false start penalties, but a key 3rd down here. Tompkins back there with Rhodes and Miles. Tompkins in motion, trying to get the defense to show their hand, and resets. Ooh. Grant, the keeper, just kind of kept it, followed the right side of his offensive line, and turns a busted play into a Mr. Sparky first down. Mr. Sparky's happy about that. Mr. Sparky, America's on-time electrician.
Mr. Sparky's had a lot of fun early in this game.
He didn't get anything last week with Mondo and Berkeley, but he's making up for it here tonight in the first 5 minutes. End around goes to Tompkins. He weaves his way for 5 or 6 up the right side. Following his lead blocker, Bryson Johnson. All the way over for Goose Creek to make the stop. Kenny Johnson. And it looked like Caleb Wall ran all the way to the boundary.
Handoff in there to number 6 again.
Tompkins again inside
He fights upfield for another
the red zone. And Sean, that means
the Boone Hall Fright Nights red zone. Make your screams come true as we look at the replays presented by Cruz Chevrolet. Nice chunk yards. This is what Cane Bay does. They're going to get chunk yards, and they're going to do it again right here.
inside, running room going the other direction. They've been working the right side, but this time they follow Mitchell, Tumbleston, and Ferguson. Tumbleston's a tough Tumbleston. They're on the stop for Goose Creek. I feel like we're going to say Caleb Wall's name a lot tonight. Also Aaron Bryant. But second down and about 8. And Cane Bay a little more deliberate in their offensive attack than Goose Creek.
They have, if you're Goose Creek, you almost have to assume that they're going to be running the ball.
Tompkins gets it, weaves his way down near the 5-yard line. It'll be first, I'm going to say maybe just a yard short. 3rd and 1 from the 5. This is the furthest we've been off a football field this season. We're really far back. There's a full track and a big set of bleachers, and so we're a long way away through the lights. And seeing the live action on the field, we're probably the furthest point of anybody in the stadium right now.
Yeah, you got to get our binoculars out today.
It goes to Rhodes on the dive, and I think he has the first down.
Yeah, it looks like he's just going to get there.
Yep. Been some miscommunication about when that snap came. Rhodes didn't go down. He kind of spun off a defender, but he picks up another Mr. Sparky first down. And Cane Bay right at the 5-yard line looking to answer.
You're Goose Creek. You got to load the box here. You know that run is coming. Make them beat you somewhere else this close to the goal line.
End around this way. Stacked up, popping free, and scoring is Arvante Miles. Just spun right through a tackle, and Arvante Miles sneaks in from 5 yards out. A Trident Technical College touchdown for the Cane Bay Cobras, and they're a PAT from tying it.
Yeah, and Arvante Miles is one of those guys. He's a little bit shorter, 5'6", 160. He's a little bit shorter frame. And when you think they're going to pound it up the middle, he takes that end around, finds the gap on the outside. Is able to get that touchdown right back, answering to Goose Creek. And, yeah, this is going to be one of those games, Zeke, where I feel like we're going to see a lot of points on the board.
Really good look there at that running back core and that backfield, all the specialists for this Cane Bay offense. Rhodes, Tompkins, Johnson, Miles, all there celebrating. A lot of energy, a lot of positive energy around this Cane Bay team. They're 5-1, and possibly with a win tonight, could be headed to a region championship.
Yeah, they've got a lot of momentum on their side. And we'll take one more look at the touchdown right here. As we see, like you said, end around. You think it's going to go up the middle. They give it to the speedy running back on the outside, and he's able to break that tackle. He's speedy, but he's still got those shoulders where he can get in that end zone, break those tackles. And like you said, Zeke, this is a team with a lot of running back depth. I know we talked about TJ Wright being out, but they still got a lot of people on the a lot of backs in that backfield that can make some plays for them.
Miles just lower than the defender on that touchdown run. Kane Moses, and Moses tried to catch him, and Miles just ran right through the arm tackle. Really good look at that on the replay. PAT was good by Lawson Thorne. And after a defensive battle a week ago, we've got a potentially shootout here tonight. 4:49 to play first quarter. Thorne will kick off again. This one's going to land somewhere down around the Wando River. And it'll be a touchback. Talking to Russell Zaire, the head coach for Cane Bay. It was good to chat with him, and he called out his kicker. He said, starting to get Division II offers. He's been really good for us this year, and you show he's got a college leg there.
A cannon, some might say.
Wingate, just outside of the Charlotte area, a school with which I have a lot of familiarity, offered him earlier this week, and he's very excited about the potential of that.
That's awesome. We've had a lot of good kickers in the low country this year. I feel like every week we talk about some kickers. Some female kickers around the low country, too. They're doing well.
Goose Creek trying to make it 2 for 2 on their first 2 drives of the football game. McGowan to the boundary and nothing doing. Good kickers and just almost an embarrassment of riches when it comes to 5'8" linebackers. it was Gaddis at Hanahan.
Then last week it was oh shoot, is that Wando?
We had Mikey Rosa, but he's a 6 foot.
Oh yeah, not 5'8".
He's going to the Citadel.
Yeah.
Look at the arm from Moore. Long throw all the way back across the field. Complete to Malloy. First down yardage. Mr. Sparky first down. He might get 2 invoices this week. It's fun to see some offensive football. Goose Creek right now throwing it around the yard, if you will. Steve Spurrier would be smiling.
Yeah.
Steve Spurrier coached the Florida.
Oh, there you go.
There's the connection.
The Gators.
Moore had his man in a step on the crossing route and just left it a little short and wanted Malloy again. Boy, don't blink and look over at your program monitor because it's just a little behind, and by the time you look back up at the field, somebody scored.
Yeah. In a battle of 2 different play styles, Goose Creek's gonna pass, and try to beat you through the air. See Moore again, a little screenplay.
Has it complete? 5 or 6 as he got it to, that's Jaden Stevens. Check that. That's his running back, Williams. It's going to be easy to tell who Williams is the rest of the night.
And there's our guy, Cameron Avery, coming in on the stop as well.
He's got the pink leggings on in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. 3rd and 4 for Goose Creek.
Big 3rd down.
4 wide. Oh, but they're going to run it instead. A little misdirection.
Williams running hard.
It's going to be close.
Needed 4, maybe picked up 3, but you have to think head coach Jason Winstead was thinking 2 plays there with that play call. Andrew Moore, senior quarterback, 6'3", 180 is how he's listed.
They're going to give it to him.
They say he did get the first down. Quick measurement there. They restart it quickly. Moore, the quick throw and catch. Bobbled but caught and a minimal gain.
Man, you really can't win, especially when Goose Creek is on offense. You cannot blink. They are running no huddle. It's great on the coaching staff too, making sure that all the wide receivers get set, the plays are set, and they move very quickly to the line of scrimmage, especially after those big game plays.
A lot of offense here in the first quarter. Quickly played though. Moore with time, takes a deep shot, has a receiver out there, and tipped away. Nice job gathering himself and getting just a bit of a hand on it at the end was Jordan Horlback. And I think he just got maybe a fingertip on it to knock it away from Morian Scott.
Now Scott had it in his hands, and it looked, like you said, a great play by Jordan Horlback. Looks like it's an easy catch for Scott, and Horlback able to obstruct his line of vision, and now a big 3rd down for the Gators.
First quarter replays brought to you by Cruise Chevrolet on Rivers. You've got a friend in the car business. Moore, another deep shot. A receiver with a step. Malloy has it at the 10. This is basketball on grass.
Wow, Moore has got a beautiful spiral on that one. And now we got to move quick because, as we see, we're in the Boone Hall Friday night's red zone. And Goose Creek wants to make it a Trident technical touchdown real quick. Moore taking it himself.
Moore down to the 3-yard line. The speed of this football game is scary.
You got to get the words out fast on this broadcast.
Moore pulls it. More pressured. Scrambles away.
He's looking.
Dumps it away at the last second. Was it intercepted?
Wow.
It was. Caught just inside, they say, the 1-yard line.
Oh, huge play, but a flag on the field.
Did Cameron Avery come up with the pick?
Oh, my goodness. Avery celebrating, got knocked on his tush on that one.
One of his teammates knocked him over and he didn't like it.
Penalties declined. Interception stands.
What an interception here. What a grab. Avery just lurking behind. Looks like that was Morian Scott in the end zone. A little bit of a mental mistake by Moore. We've seen Moore play great. And look, those are our two players of the game right there, Moore and Avery. And a great defensive play by Avery. Shifting the tides here because Goose Creek looked like they were just going to walk in and score.
So Cane Bay will try to come out of the shadow of their own end zone. I want to remind you our first quarter score bug brought to you by David Aylor Law Offices, your client-focused, community-driven injury firm. Deshaun Tompkins in motion. Grant under center and running room. First down yardage. Another Mr. Sparky first down as Rhodes pinballs his way out across the 15-yard line. A gain of about 12 or 13 and a first down for the Cobras.
For your Goose Creek Gators, that's Tiandre Smalls.
Langston Rhodes, a junior 5'7", 180-pound running back. Look at the Cruz Chevrolet replay.
Yeah, it looked like Rhodes was one step away for breaking that as a 99-yarder. And there he is again.
Looked like Williams came over to make the pop on the stop, and here on second down, or first down, I should say, a little 5 or 6 yard gain for Miles, who had the touchdown a moment ago.
Great job on Jordan Turner on the tackle, not letting Rhodes break that off. It looks like it might be coming back a little bit, though.
Illegal shift goes against the Cobras. That'll move them back 5, so it'll be 1st and 15.
Cane Bay, Goose Creek, both moving fast. Sometimes a little too fast, don't you say, Zeke?
Sometimes you can be your own worst enemy. But Cane Bay after the, and you do have a lot of shifting, and you cannot go toward the line of scrimmage in this option offense. It might have been what one of the A-backs did there. Running room for Rhodes as he bounces it outside.
Gains about 4.
Picked up back the penalty and maybe a couple more. And finally wrestled out of bounds on the far side of the field by Gabe White. So Cane Bay picks up chunk yardage. They get the penalty back and 3 yards. And they go back to Rhodes. Rhodes squirts free inside and is near first down yardage again.
Goose Creek Gators.
Jordan Turner looked like he got the leg there, but those big body offensive linemen, they're pulling to the right side, pulling and making sure that their running back's got some room there. And
running behind Cameron Durant, the East Carolina commit.
There you go.
When you look down on the field, it's easy to pick out Cameron Durant. He's the massive guy on the right side of the line.
Yeah, he can move too. And there it is again, Goose Creek getting a little anxious on the defensive line.
And that back turns and takes off in motion. Goose Creek
offside against the Gators. That'll cost them 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 5 for Cane Bay.
Yeah, when that back turns and runs away from the line of scrimmage in motion, Goose Creek right now a little jumpy on that defensive line. Jaden Roper has had a false start penalty. Jalen Richardson. Take a look at our Fan Zone fan cam. Big crowd here at Goose Creek tonight. Remind you, Fan Zone, all your sports teams gear under one roof.
Another great tackle there by Jordan Turner. But back to what you were saying about that motion, they can beat you in so many ways because they can just try to get you to drop off sides. They can go with the jet sweep, and that's a beautiful part of this Cane Bay offense is they keep you guessing on where they're going to be going with that run.
Could be the end of the quarter. Might be our final play of the first quarter. There's some more fan zone action. Wildly entertaining opening 12 minutes here at Goose Creek High School. Week number 8 of Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet, delivering 7-7 through 12 minutes. 7-7 through 12 minutes here at Goose Creek High School, week number 8 of Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Back and forth, up and down the field, it went in the opening quarter.
Yeah, tale of two different offenses. Cane Bay driving it down methodically in Goose Creek. They go at 100 miles per hour. It's an entertaining first quarter. Let's see how it plays out.
Grant inside, Rhodes running room, and he's going to be near first down yardage. They say move the sticks. Let's go down to the sideline to Trooper Bob.
Hey, guys, I was down on the sidelines when Goose Creek got intercepted. It's just a big sigh let out from their team. But, you know, this is a fast-paced game. And just as quick as they're on the field, they run right over to this tent right here, and they look at their previous plays from the offense and the defense under this tent. So this is a very serious game. They're monitoring it, keeping up with it pretty much play by play. I'll send it back to you guys.
Miles on the pitch and near first down yardage and run out of bounds on the far boundary. So many of these high schools now are like college operations. And we just, because of the technology that we have, you just see more and more things like that.
Especially in the 6A region. And like Bob was talking about, getting to see that on the field and getting to go back and look at those replays in real time, it helps you game plan, especially for Goose Creek, who has that big task ahead of them, trying to get control of this Cane Bay offense.
Might have been a late flag on that run by Miles, as there was a lot of action on the Cane Bay sideline. As the officials get it sorted out.
Good to hear from Bob, though. You know, we were moving so fast in that first quarter, we almost missed him.
The second quarter replay is Palmetto Pride. Is that wrong? I want to remind you while we're sorting through the potential personal foul, they say no flag, just a 9-yard gain out of bounds after a long deliberation. Our second quarter score bug brought to you by Cruz Chevrolet. Cruz Chevrolet on Rivers. You've got a friend in the car business. Goose Creek started right. You want to play ahead of an option offense. Now they're behind it a little bit. And Cane Bay starting to control it on the ground a touch.
Yeah.
Give up the middle. Might be Bryson Johnson. We've seen Rhodes a lot, and that is Johnson. He was the hero last week against Stratford. Has 3 touchdowns this season. Second on the team, but he had an 89-yard touchdown run last week against Stratford in the fourth quarter that really decided that football game. A huge region game for both teams.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with Cane Bay. They're going to keep it close, but they're going to put up points in Goose Creek. It's going to be a track meet. They got to match up with them, especially with how methodical Cane Bay moves down the field, as you see here.
That was a West Shore home first down by Cane Bay, but we're going to get to most of those this quarter because we had so many of them in the first quarter. Might not get to all of them.
Yeah.
Cane Bay speeding it up a little bit here. This is Williams all the way to the near side. Inside it goes to Rhodes. Actually, they stretch it out wide, and Miles takes the pitch. And
you don't want to see that late hit out of bounds on Goose Creek.
Get the real-time replay here in the booth. And Miles, he was hit in bounds, but he was picked up and body slammed at the end. And the two teams had to be separated a little bit.
A little bit of extracurriculars on the end of that play, but if we could take a look at the play too, it was a beautifully designed play. You have as soon as that replay starts. First off, replay sponsored by Palmetto Pride. Pickup is important, but prevention is better.
Dead ball, personal foul against the Gators. The 15-yard penalty.
Now we get to look at the Palmetto Pride replay, but as we see, as a lot of the motion, you see the fake in the middle. They have 3 ways they can go. They can hand it off, they can pitch it to the side, they can quarterback keep. That's the beauty of this offense by the Cane Bay Cobras.
And just a little too much from Gabe White there. A little misdirection, a little counter play, and Miles pops it for 8 or 9 on that far sideline again, and there's another flag.
And it's Gabe White again.
And Gabe White right now, just that extra sling into the boundary, and he's cost his team 30 quick yards. Might not be a full 15 on the penalty here. That would certainly be roughing the passer in the NFL.
Oh, we don't want to get into that conversation now.
It's a little misdirection. You fake it one way, and then the A-back comes back the other direction. And it's that extra contact that everyone's trying to see as you see the Palmetto Pride replay. Everyone's trying to take out of football. Trying to take the slams into the ground, the headshots.
You want to keep the player safe, but it's you, as a defensive player, you have to keep that in mind that the refs are going to be looking at that.
Personal foul against the Gators. That'll move the ball closer to the 9-yard line. First down for Cane Bay.
So Cane Bay 1st and goal. And Halloween approaches.
Because it's a Boone Hall Friday night's red zone. I feel like we are going to have a lot of those tonight.
Same play. Again, this time it's Wheeler. Does he have the edge? He does. Touchdown Cobras. Austin Smith, the offensive coordinator for Cane Bay, has found something with that little misdirection. And he is attacking the left side of this Goose Creek defense right now. And Cane Bay, right down the field, they have their first lead.
They have so many options to go to, and a beautiful, as you look at the Palmetto Pride replay, a beautiful misdirection here. Fakes the handoff to the right side, hands it off to Wheeler, bouncing left, and there was green grass in front of him, and a big lead for Cane Bay, because Cane Bay is one of those teams, once they get that lead, they're rarely going to give it up.
Trident Technical College touchdown, your future, your college. Thorn on for the PAT.
And with 10:15 left in the second quarter.
And let's go down to the sidelines with Trooper Bob.
Hey guys, here Lauren Campfield, assistant principal of Goose Creek High School. What are some of the exciting things you guys are doing this year at Goose Creek?
So next week we have a home football game against Wando. And in November, the Berkeley Center for the Arts is presenting The Wizard of Oz, our fall musical. It's November 17th through the 20th. And the great thing about it is it doesn't only feature students at Goose Creek High School, it also features elementary schools from around the county, all of Berkeley County. So we'd be excited if you came out and saw that. That's November 1st. Tickets go on sale, and it runs November 17th through the 20th.
Keep saying out here.
Number 47, Thorn, tees it up.
Welcome, my pleasure, my pleasure.
Back to receive for the Gators, number 10.
Thanks, Bob, as Cane Bay with the touchdown lead, and the Cobras set to kick off. Goose Creek with Reed and McGowan deep to receive. My TV Charleston and ABC News 4 are proud to present each participating home school a check for $500 this season. This grant provides each school with extra funding to help make their school great. Over the past 12 seasons, Friday Night Rivals and our sponsors have donated over $130,000 to Low Country students and schools. Congratulations from My TV Charleston and ABC News 4. Didn't get a chance to see the kickoff, but Austin Thorn kicking off. Was it a touchback?
Yep,
it was a touchback.
both these kickers got big legs, so I don't know if we'll see one return tonight.
All right, Goose Creek's had opportunities in the passing game. What do they do to connect?
They just got to find those holes in those defenses. Moore has been fantastic on that deep ball. They got some receivers with speed. You want to test them early.
Here's a give to Williams, and basically running sideways, tracked down to the line of scrimmage. And our early candidate for player of the game would be Cameron Avery.
Yeah, we've been calling his name a lot tonight.
Avery with the stop. Already has an interception. Key interception right now. Key play in this football game. Hint, hint for later. One of our many play superlatives we have to address. Deep completion, running free and coming up with the ball. And the catch is Reed. Reed over 100 receiving yards already in this one. Plenty of time for Moore to throw, and he drops a dime.
Yeah, just a beautiful play, too. Reed coming across the middle, finding that gap in between those linebackers. And Moore just has a beautiful spiral as we look at the Palmetto Pride replay. It is a fantastic throw. Ooh, a little bit of bad snap. What?
Fortunate to get away maybe with the false start penalty. It actually might have been a timeout call from this near sideline.
Could have been. Might have been an injury timeout.
We have the timeout.
So Russell Zaire, who is the defensive coordinator and the head coach for Cane Bay, saw something he didn't like and asked for the timeout. Opening quarter and change of this football game. Shootout underway here at Goose Creek. Well, Sean, something's got to give. 14-7, Cane Bay leads here in the second quarter. They're doing it on the ground. Goose Creek's doing it through the air. Seen one turnover right now. That's the key play in the football game.
Yeah, and Goose Creek's going to have to really tighten up, especially on this drive. Let Moore do what he does best. Get it down the field. And it's a big drive for Goose Creek here.
Four hands off to number 9.
Freshman McGowan gets the carry. It's Malik McGowan, 6 foot, 165-pound freshman running back. He and Jehovah Williams have kind of been splitting starting duties. You know, high school coaches get excited when they have freshman running backs out there on the field in October.
Oh, yeah.
A little quick throw and catch complete, but not for a whole lot to Evan Daniels. Nice job attacking downhill by Deontay Wheeler. Quickly go the Gators. Moore rolling on the little RPO. Dumps it complete to Reed, and it will depend on the spot.
Oswald on the tackle.
Looks like it's right at the marker.
We'd like to welcome the class of 1992.
And it will be a West Shore home first down.
Wow, it was a great play to get it to Reed or run by Reed to get him down as we see the West Shore Homes first down and the Palmetto Pride replay. But
Moore buys time, dumps it up the far sideline, but incomplete, out of bounds. He had 8 or 10 seconds to throw by the time he scrambled. And the receiver Daniels came down with it, but you could see his right foot coming down out of bounds.
This Creek goes so fast we barely get the words out, but I've been watching this offense play. They got receivers streaking down the field. There were 2 plays ago where they had Orion Scott open down the field.
Moore, pressure comes, steps up, and is finally sacked. Back at the 36-yard line. Nice job getting to the quarterback by that defensive front. Jay Harris, the standout in that 3-man defensive line. And also off the bottom of the pile, Emilio Campo, a backup defensive tackle.
Second down, 16. No, 3rd and 16 for your Gators.
3rd and long for Goose Creek now. I'll tell you a couple of things about this pace here in just a second. You kind of see what's going on and kind of impacting us a little bit here. But Moore on 3rd down with time. Just 3 men pressuring him, and he's finally forced out of bounds. So before, Goose Creek had already snapped the ball before they ever set the chains on the last first down.
Wow.
And then we don't have down a distance on the scoreboard because he can't keep up.
That's how you know that offense moves fast, when you can't even get. I mean, there must be averaging less than 10 seconds between each play, because they are sprinting to the line. And from a commentator standpoint too, it's hard to make some analysis on the play as well.
I think that's Caleb Wall out there to punt. The senior linebacker also punts.
Caleb Wall.
And Cane Bay just basically in their primary defensive set. Straight up in the air it goes, lands at about the 15-yard line and is down there. And the Cobras will be backed up a little bit to start this drive. It is almost frenetic. You know, you watch Tennessee play, you watch some of these teams that go really fast. I forget who's number 2 in the country right now in pace. I know Tennessee is number 1. I won't tell you why, but I know that. And you see, it really throws. It kind of gets you frazzled in a high school game. You kind of understand why they scored so much against Fort and Somerville, who are 2 pretty good football teams.
Yeah, I mean, they just keep the ball moving at all times.
Cane Bay to work on the ground. Kind of a couple.
And the quarterback, Jabari Grant.
Love how you threw Tennessee in there, too.
Was
it a big game on Saturday or something?
Grant bounced outside, didn't have a whole lot of running room. They play somebody tomorrow.
Oh, I don't know. We don't talk about the opposing team around here too much. Big drive for this Goose Creek defense.
Yeah, I think you said that right. I think it's more on the Goose Creek defense right now.
And up in there,
Rhodes, the lead blocker, and I think
24, Langston Rhodes, works his way around the left side.
Arvante Miles had it on the carry, and he did. And again, we're at a very low angle, looking almost straight across the field, so we get blocked out just at field level by the players. It's a little tough to see, but working through some technical difficulties. Key third down of the football game to this point for Cane Bay. They need about 5 yards. Need to get it out to the 25-yard line. Grant. Little running room, but I don't think so. Stacked up and stopped. Kane Moses in there to meet Miles. Check that. That's actually Rhodes on the carry. And so Cane Bay will have to punt. So you said it was a key, as we take a look at the Palmetto Pride replay, key possession for the Goose Creek defense, and they rose to the occasion.
Yeah, a great stop on the outside. You saw this Cane Bay team really beating them up on the outside, and this is what you needed. A little bit of momentum on the defensive end.
Thorne with the punt. It is a bomb. Down inside the 30. A 48-yard kick, no return. Almost a 50-yard net putt, and that will flip the field. Midway point, second quarter, both teams starting to settle down a little bit.
Yeah, I think we came out the gate and sprinting. If it's a 400-meter sprint, they sprinted the first 100. Now they're going to jog, catch their breath a little bit, get ready for that second half sprint. But big stop. The Cane Bays, I said it earlier in the game, they're one of those teams when they get a lead, they don't really give it up just because of how long they possess the ball and how efficient they are in that offense. Now Goose Creek, a big momentum builder with this stop. Let's see if the offense can capitalize.
Moore gives it inside, a little bit of running room, some push up front from the Gator offensive line. We like saying everybody's name on this broadcast week in, week out. We haven't said the Goose Creek offensive line yet, but LeVar Brown, Cameron Daughtery, Andrew Joseph, Jalen Richardson, Hundley Price. They go to work there and pick up a couple. And on second down, basically the same play for Williams, maybe a bobbled exchange. And that'll quickly third down.
That line does a job of protecting Drew Moore, especially what assumed to be a pass play here. Got 2 out wide on each side, 4 wide, 1 in the back.
Third and 6. Why not go to Reed? Oh, he cut it back inside, cost himself yardage, and maybe didn't pick up the first down.
Looked like if he just put his shoulder through, tried to get low and muscle for that extra yard, he might have got it.
Troy Reed has been outstanding here in the first half, but that time tried to go back across the field instead of just getting to the sticks.
Big play here. They're going for it.
Williams behind Moore. 2 receivers either side for this Goose Creek Gator spread offense. Final 5 minutes of the first half. Moore pushes. Did he get there? It will depend on the spot.
Appears to have enough for
PA announcer trying to help him move the sticks.
The assist.
And the officials now say it is official.
PA announcer wants to get West Shore Homes their first down timing.
More play action. Deep shot has a step to Scott, complete inside the 5.
Oh my goodness.
50 yards up top for Goose Creek, and they're knocking on the door. You better do it quickly.
Yeah, there it is. We are in the Boone Hall Fright Nights red zone. Make your screams come true, and Moore has a cannon. Great catch by Maureen Scott, but what a cannon by Moore. We've had a couple of those 50, 45, 40-yard chunk plays by the Goose Creek offense, and now they're a couple plays away from possibly tying this game.
Direct snap to Williams. This one sniffed out and stopped.
Guess who? Oh, it was not.
I don't think it's Avery this time. I think it's actually number 48, Alex Lawless, and it is. That's a big stop there. 5-yard loss. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 9.
So it'll bring up 2nd and goal, but it'll be from the Gator 10-yard line.
If you're Goose Creek, this is we talked about the defensive possession. You did your job on the defensive end. Now it's time the offense needs to get in that end zone. And it looks like Cane Bay has had good red zone defense, but see here.
Over the right side, Williams with some running room. Flags fly in. And this one's might have been a face mask that came in. Oh, definitely a face mask. Lawless got him right on the right square in the face mask and stopped him that way. As we saw the replay of it in real time. Good look at it here.
Ooh, yeah.
Lawless. Probably.
Personal foul, face mask, goes against the Cane Bay Cobras.
Reach out like that. You got to be careful of where your fingers end up.
Huge drive for Goose Creek, and right now they're answering the bell. They had to score going in just before half, because if Cane Bay had gotten it back and scored, or come out of the locker room and scored, they're 2 scores behind an option offense, and that's never where you want to be.
No. You got to think just a couple yards out. You threw an interception on the one last time. You want to run it? They do. And to get in, no. Just short.
Williams powers at that left side and stacked up and stopped. Sticking his nose in there was Deontay Wheeler. I haven't said Keaton Cooley, the other safety's name, a lot tonight.
About the 2-yard line.
He's really turned it on this year. Has a couple of fumble recoveries, a couple of interceptions. This Cane Bay defense has been a solid unit.
Oh, yeah. You're going to need a lot of defensive stops. This game is firepowered Cane Bay offense. More split out wide. Looks like a direct Wildcat snap.
Trey Adams, the tight end, in there as well, blocking. Powering forward was Williams, and he's stacked up right at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, they're going to call him. Oh.
They're going to give him second effort and give him the touchdown.
Wow.
Interesting.
No, I think that might have been the PA announcer jinx. Looks like it's 4th down. The PA's really wanted to will him in there. Oh, here come the cheerleaders. No. It was a great stop by Jair Harris on the defensive line, the 6'4", 205. Him and the C-ball, hit ball. And it was a great, if he wasn't there, that was a walk-in touchdown, and a great stop there as confusion is around the Goose Creek sideline.
2 hands raised, that means touchdown up here.
PA announcer is a little confused as well.
Yeah, and so now the officials are going to get together and talk about it. The game's kind of being called from the press box a little bit. Good crowd here at Goose Creek tonight. Good look at them on the fan zone fan cam. All your sports teams gear under one roof.
Yeah, the fans were.
I'm going to get my voice back, and everything's going to be just fine about the time for 2023 to start.
There you go.
It's a really interesting situation. You kind of had The PA announcer.
I mean, he said touchdown. Everyone went crazy. Well, because it looked like immediately, I saw the waving that said he was short.
I'd love to see the down the line end zone shot again, but you didn't see from the action on the field like he got in. You kind of felt like he was stood up.
Yeah, I mean, it was like we said, Jair Harris got in there and stood him up straight, didn't let him power through, and or Jay Harris, excuse me, and it's a big stop that everyone thought was a touchdown.
So 4th and 1 from the 1.
Got stopped right on the goal line last time. If you're Goose Creek, you gotta punch it in here.
Goal to go for the Gators. Moore in the shotgun, Williams with it. Moore keeps it himself, and he finishes the job. Touchdown Gators.
Yeah, he definitely got over that time.
It's a Trident Technical College touchdown. Trident Technical College, your future, your college. And Goose Creek gets the drive they needed.
Just a beautiful response. It wasn't as pretty or as flawless as we thought, but Moore has just been carrying this offense, and he has a great cast around him, and he's been fantastic tonight, I must say.
We talked about our female kickers this season, and we want to mention another one. Maya Gonzalez out there and knocks the PAT through. Maya, a 5'4", 100 and change sophomore kicker. She's 2 of 2 on PATs tonight.
Yeah, so we get one more look at the Palmetto Pride replay. Drew Moore bouncing it in there. He made the mistake last time on the goal line. He said, you know what? I want to make sure I get in. As you see a great goal line cam shot. Just able to squeeze that ball over the goal line. And a big play there. If you come back to Maya too. Awesome story for the kicker for Goose Creek. That's a lot of females coming into the football realm around the Low Country this season.
Coming up on the Palmetto Pride halftime report, we've got the Delta Force All-Stars cheer of the game, among other things. Bringing the Holy City time and temperature. I think it's homecoming here tonight at Goose Creek. Sure, we'll have some highlights from that. Goose Creek Gator marching band. Probably talk about Tennessee and Alabama. Final 2 minutes of the first half, all knotted up here. To this point, the game of the year in this region. Here's some running room. Popping free is Miles, dragging tacklers out near midfield. Right at a 39-yard return for Avante Miles. And much as an option offense needs, Goose Creek will go on offense, Cane Bay will go on offense near midfield.
Give an option offense a short field with 2 minutes left. Big one. And there she is again. There's the Goose Creek kicker, Moore. What a great time to see her. She's
Maya Gonzalez, she's trying not to smile.
Oh, Maya Gonzalez,
she knows what's going on. 2-2 on PATs tonight. And a fumble in the backfield, and Goose Creek pounces it.
Wow.
Grant and I think Rhodes. I'll check that. It was actually Tompkins. Some miscommunications on the exchange, and jumping on it was the defensive tackle, Andrew Mitchell.
Jaden Roper.
Excuse me, Jaden Roper.
6'5", 310. Look at him dive out for it. Oh, get out of the way. What a play, and a huge play for this Goose Creek defense. I mean, it's like we said before. If you give Cane Bay any opportunity to just get into their groove and get that option going, they will make you pay for it. But Goose Creek has stepped up to the plate, and now is a chance to take the lead before halftime.
Then they can try to get back on serve, if you will, because they had the ball to open the football game, took it down and scored. And Cane Bay gets it to start the second half. Sliding down McGowan. And did a flag come in late there?
34 on the tackle for Cane Bay.
McGowan kind of slid down awkwardly and may have been hit with helmet-to-helmet contact at the end of that play. He was a ball carrier, and he kind of slid down and gave up himself, but he stayed vertical when he did it.
It looked like it might have been a high hit on that defender.
Personal foul against Cane Bay. That moves the ball deeper into their territory.
And so quite the turn of events. The fourth down conversion, the deep pass to Reed and the score, and then a Cane Bay turnover. And Goose Creek with a chance to take the lead here before halftime. Tunnel screen to Reed, dances free for a couple, and he'll pick up 6 or 7.
Yeah, blink of an eye, you went from Goose Creek possibly going down by 2-3 scores, and now they can take that lead at halftime, like you said, kind of pseudo even the game before halftime. They're not getting the ball at the beginning of the half.
Moore scrambles free, dumps it to the end zone, incomplete and out of bounds. That time he threw it where only his man may have been able to go get it out wide on the sidelines, but the receiver went the other way and Reed. And now it's third down.
He loves his connection with Reed. Moore and Reed have been the duo to talk about all game. Big third down here for Goose Creek.
Running room for Moore. Inside the 5, has another West Shore home first down. And although they were already,
we're back
the
in
last
it
trip tonight.
Back in it, Boone Hall, Fright Nights Red Zone. Make your screams come true. Goose Creek want to make their dreams come true with the lead at halftime.
Inside McGowan, stacked up, spun down by Avery. A minute left in the first half. Still time for about 23 more Goose Creek snaps.
The pace they're going.
3 receivers far side. Moore looking. Moore with time. Over the middle. Touchdown. What a strike from Moore. He found Daniels in the back of the end zone, and Goose Creek leads. Moore on a rope. And the Gators had the lead just before halftime.
What a turn of events here in Goose Creek. Moore with the bullet in the back of the end zone. In Goose Creek, this is exactly the first half you wanted.
Gonzalez's kick is blocked. And in high school, it cannot be returned, and so the lead will stay at 20-14. It was a Trident Technical College touchdown. Your future, your college. Here's a good look at the replay.
AC Moore surveying the field. He has a lot of receivers going to the right side, but once he sees his man go across the middle, Evan Daniels with a great catch as well. They run a lot of these crossing routes, Goose Creek does, where they can kind of get those defenders mixed up, and you can see Daniels coming from the right side to the left, and a great play call by the Gators.
I want to remind you, full night of high school football around the Low Country. Join ABC News 4, Scotty Eisberg and Natalie Spalla on Friday Night Rivals tonight at 11:05. Scores and highlights from throughout the Low Country on Friday Night Rivals later on tonight. Well, so far, week number 8 of Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruise Chevrolet, the complete game in its entirety. He's a good candidate for Game of the Year for us so far.
Definitely.
Kick goes deep. Miles bobbles it, and it goes into the end zone and becomes a touchback. Goose Creek could score in 42 seconds. Not saying Cane Bay cannot. I'm just saying their offense, that option offense, is not built for that. They've only attempted 24 passes this season.
Yeah, no, they're going to have to either break one off or, you know, maybe go for a pass or two. But yeah, they could possibly get into like a long field goal range, try to make it a 3-point game before half, but they're going to need some big chunk plays. It looks like they might just be in well, no, they might run a play.
Well, you see if you can pop a big run or two. They go to the B back, and that's not Rhodes. It's Bryson Johnson, the hero of a week ago. He has near first down yardage, so you try to pop it again. Johnson lowers his head inside, picks his way. Follows across his block, or follows the back of his blockers. Big Cameron Durant. And now with 20 seconds left in the first half, Cane Bay has some things to think about.
Well, you're just talking about Cane Bay maybe not being able to move the ball, but a couple timeouts in your pocket, get some big chunk plays. All you really need is a field goal to cut this down. Any points here would be great for the Cobras.
Cane Bay and Goose Creek tonight. A week from tonight, we will be west of the Ashley for Dorchester Patriots. On the road to face West Ashley, week number 9, and then Oceanside at Timberland to close out season number 13 of Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruise Chevrolet, our remaining schedule.
All great games we have to end this slate. Yeah, if you think back to we've had a lot of points this week. If you think back to last week, I think our Berkeley versus Wando game might have already been in the fourth quarter by now.
20-14.
First and 10 for Cane Bay.
Back and forth these two teams have gone since the opening kick.
Hand off to number 6.
Little counter action and chased down nicely all the way almost to the boundary. Sean Tompkins.
Timeout again.
Tracked down by Jordan Turner. Cane Bay uses their final timeout of the half. So if you have any sort of slip the A-back out the backside and any confidence in buying enough time to throw a deep ball, this is the spot where you do it. You're talking with Russell Zaire, Cane Bay head coach. He talked about Jabari Grant, said we don't throw it all that well, and Grant's not a big guy, only about 100, but he operates this offense so well.
He's a big reason why they are in the position they are, especially in conference play. It's the type of offense they run. You need to be able to read that defense, and you need to be able to try and anticipate what's happening, maybe get them to jump off sides, or even just see where those gaps are going to be, because that's what Cane Bay does best, is exploiting those gaps in the defense.
And that's Jason Winstead on the other side for Goose Creek. Two of the top high school programs in the area. Little jet sweep inside, running room down the left side, and out of bounds for Tompkins.
Number 6 for Sean Tompkins.
Only 4 seconds off the clock there. If they can get one more chunk play, it'd be a long field goal, but the way they're playing, it's looking like they just want to try and get something.
If every play out here took 3 seconds, this would become Monday Night Football at some point.
First and 10, Cane Bay inside Goose Creek.
So Cane Bay across midfield, final 10 seconds of the first half, but have yet to put the ball in the air, try to put the ball in the air.
Well, they set up in the I formation.
Grant will roll. Grant dumps it upfield and incomplete. That one was sniffed out by Goose Creek.
Pressure in there by the Gators on
That one took 4.1 seconds.
Gabe Moses.
And so one would have to think this is the final snap of the first half. Can Cane Bay get someone loose?
4.6 left.
And might as well just get your best hook and ladder play or your deep ball down the field. Try to get some points on the board, but still, I would put him in shotgun, but it looks like they're going to go under center for this one.
6 on the run.
Tompkins again over the left side. Had it pop out at the end of the play, but the first half over either way as Wall went along for the ride. But nevertheless, a really entertaining first half.
It's Cane Bay 14.
Goose Creek, the opening touchdown, 14 straight from Cane Bay, and the Gators have the final 13 points of the first half, and they have a 20-14 halftime lead. One of the better games we've seen on Friday Night Rivals this season. Probably, to this point, best game in the Low Country at this point. Now let's go down to Trooper Bob on the sideline, who's with Jason Winstead.
Hey, Coach, over the second quarter, you scored. You're able to get the ball back and score again to take the lead.
Entertaining first half here at Goose Creek High School. High-scoring, high-powered offenses going at it, and they're delivering the shootout. Goose Creek leads at halftime, 20-14. Week number 8 of Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruise Chevrolet. Palmetto Pride halftime report coming up.
Welcome to the Palmetto Pride Halftime Report.
Offices and Riders Law Group is proud to highlight a scholar athlete from each participating school. The students selected will have an opportunity to win a $5,000 scholarship at the end of the season. Tonight's scholar athletes are first for Cane Bay High School, Greta Oswald. Greta has a 5.233 GPA. She is a 2021 All-Region Girls Tennis Selection and a 2022 tennis team captain. She's involved in the special needs ministry team at her church, also a student leader at her church in Cane Bay. And for Goose Creek, the scholar athlete of the week is Henry Winstead. Henry has a 4.832 GPA. He has a two-time 5A state qualifier in the 200 freestyle, the 500 freestyle, and a Region 6 5A 200 freestyle champion. He's a top 10 South Carolina open water nominee. Also off the field, or off, I should say, out of the pool. A youth elder at Somerville Presbyterian Church, National Junior Honor Society, two-time Beta Club member, Henry Winstead. And now we will go to Scotty Eisberg, who is with David Aylor.
David Aylor of the Aylor Law Offices joins us right now. Not sure what type of high school athlete you were, but you were certainly a giver to high school athletes who were smart here in the Low Country.
I played baseball up until I got to high school, but then I got involved in the music and was in a band, not the band, but a band, and that was the direction I went and said.
How important is it to you to give back to the community, to kind of generate this new generation of scholars, if you will?
Yeah, it's really important. A lot of things we do within our law firm is related to the community and community focus. We don't really just try to receive from the community. We try to give back, and you can't think of a better way of giving back than giving back to youth, particularly youth that have performed so highly and will continue to do well throughout their life, and be such a positive influence on others that come thereafter.
David Aylor of the Aylor Law Offices presenting our Scholar Athlete of the Week.
The makings of a shootout in week number 8 of Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Goose Creek by 6 at the half.
Meadow Pride Halftime Report.
Palmetto Pride halftime report. Palmetto Pride litter trashes everyone. Beautiful night here at Goose Creek. Beautiful night for homecoming. If you look to the right side of your screen, you can see homecoming court being introduced. And I think they just named the king and queen. Looks like they did.
Yeah, they did.
69 degrees, 8:55 p.m. Can remember doing game number 1 like at the end of August at Fort Dorchester. And just sweating profusely as we did our open on the hot track in the sun, band in our face. And now we're finally to that beautiful time of year in October in the Low Country where it's just absolutely perfect tonight. Just need a nice little pullover.
Yeah, might have to get that pullover by next week.
And then watching the NFL last night, you're in Chicago, and it's like 38 degrees when the game ends, and you're like, I love Charleston.
Don't you love living in the Low Country? This 69 at this time of night is what we love to hear.
Beautiful evening here at Goose Creek High School. There's the homecoming court. Makings of a shootout here. In this one, 20-14. Goose Creek leads Cane Bay. Back and forth we've gone so far. Fans, want to remind you that you can go and vote for the Delta Force All-Stars cheer of the game. Vote on abcnews4.com/poll. You can cast your vote for tonight's favorite cheer. Here are your 2 cheers from both Goose Creek and Cane Bay High School. Log on later and go and vote. Here are your cheers for tonight's game.
Gator fans, it's time to get loud. Learn the words and yell them proud. Yeah, let's go black. Let's go black. Gator fans, it's time to get loud. Learn the words and yell them proud. Yeah, let's go, go. Let's go, go. Let's go black. Let's go, go. 1, 2, go Gators!
Once again, fans, we're giving you an opportunity to vote for tonight's Delta Force All-Stars cheer of the game. Log on to abcnews4.com/poll. Vote for either of tonight's cheer squads, Cane Bay or Goose Creek. Cast a vote, and later on tonight, during the game, we will give you the winner of tonight's contest.
The class of 92. The 92 crew.
Just an absolute perfect night for football. Goose Creek leading Cane Bay at halftime, 20-14. Halftime highlights on the other side of this break. Week number 8 of Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet.
We'll be right back with more from the Palmetto Pride Halftime Report.
We're in Goose Creek. Goose Creek High School at halftime. Goose Creek leading Cane Bay, a Region 6 5A showdown, 20-14. Quick start by Goose Creek. They scored in the opening 2 minutes of the game, 14 straight from Cane Bay, and then 13 straight from Goose Creek, including a short touchdown run by quarterback Drew Moore just before the half. 20-14 our score at the half. Want to remind you later on tonight, tonight's trophy and the Scholar Athlete plaques at the end of the season are provided by All-American Awards, helping Charleston recognize excellence since 1993.
Let's take a look at some of the first half highlights. A lot of offensive highlights. We had 11 points, and just a little bit of a grind last week between Berkeley and Wando. Points everywhere tonight.
Yeah, well, we got a plethora of highlights here, and it all starts with Drew Moore and his connection that he's been going to this entire game. Troy Reed, they hooked up on the touchdown early. Cane Bay came right back, though. Great run there by Deshaun Tompkins. And it's gonna be run pass. But actually, Goose Creek, they had a little bit of runs too. As we see Cane Bay, they went up early. Dante Wheeler, but Drew Moore said, I can keep it on the ground too. And that was right after a fumble by Goose Creek. Drew Moore gets it to the back of the end zone to his guy, which is number 13, Evan Daniels. Back and forth. That's just the first half. That's enough highlights for Scotty and Natalie to make a whole segment out of it. And we still got another half to play, Zeke.
They get a whole show out of that. Entertaining opening half here at Goose Creek High School. It's really all you could say about it. Best game we've seen so far this year on Friday Night Rivals. We've had some good ones. This one has the chance to be a phenomenal shootout. 20-14, Goose Creek leads Cane Bay at the half. Friday Night Rivals driven by Cruz Chevrolet. The second half is next.
Modern Family Dentistry, and Faith Assembly Church of Goose Creek.
Coach, 20-14, a lot of time left in this game. It's pretty much anybody's game. What are some of the things you talk to your team about in the second half to keep their head in the game?
Well, I felt like we played really good the first half offensively. We were a little down, turned it over right there at the end, but, it's not time to hit the panic button. It's a full-quarter game, all that kind of stuff. Defensively, we got to find a way to slow them down. They've got great athletes. They got a great quarterback, and they can run faster than we can. So we got to find a way to slow them down and get the ball back to our offense. And our offense pretty much got to score every time they get it. It's a track meet.
Coach, thank you very much. Second half for you. Yes, sir.
We have an interview with head coach Russell Zare of Cane Bay, and you can see both teams out of locker room warming up. Week number 8 of Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Now we're going to go down to the sideline to Trooper Bob. He's with Russell Zare.
Insurance, Charleston GI, the 10th Barn, Precision Collision, Stars and Stripes, and Ledford Pest Control. Thank you for supporting Gator Athletics.
Week in, week out, we have to set up in a new facility that's not really made for TV. Everything's done wirelessly, and sometimes we just have some technical issues. And I like our weeks when we can talk to Bob.
Yeah, I love talking to Bob.
But we want to say thanks to our crew, and this production is to make it work and make it make sense for WCIV and for the high schools, and to be able to do all of the scholarships and all of the giving and everything that goes into Friday Night Rivals. There's a lot of workarounds, and sometimes we just have some different challenges in some different facilities. And tonight, a couple of technical difficulties with audio, but we've powered through. And on the other side of it, we're going to see a great football game.
Yeah, our team has been great. I would like to say Bob has been a trooper on the sidelines. No pun intended. But like you said, it takes a team to put on this broadcast. We've had a great team to get it together. And, we've gotten a treat. It's been a fantastic game on offense, and I can't believe we still have another a little under half an hour to play football.
Really going to be interesting to see the chess match, and going to be interesting to see how this chess match unfolds. We talked about our keys of the game in the pregame. Take another look at those. We talked about the flex bow offense and kind of, do what you do for Cane Bay, those chunk runs. They've done that for the most part. But they had the drive stall there before the end of the half, and Goose Creek's put up 20 points.
You take the last 5 minutes out of the Cane Bay's offense, and they've been doing this perfectly. Flex one offense, they've been running behind that offensive line. The misdirections have been key in a lot of their big chunk plays. But Goose Creek has found some of those stops, and Cane Bay, they just need to get back to what they do if they want to try and take this lead back.
Goose Creek, we said one of the things they wanted to do on their keys was to make Cane Bay two-dimensional. They haven't necessarily done that, but they didn't leave enough time on the clock there before the half for Cane Bay to go down and score.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing, too, was we talked about trying to make them pass. There have only been one pass attempt by Cane Bay the entire game. But on the flip side, it's not just about making them pass. It's about getting those stops and making them have to second-guess some of their play calls. And to an extent, they've done that. They've got some fumbles. They've gotten some plays in the defensive end. They've made those plays that have gotten them this lead so far. So they keep doing that, they should be in good shape.
Let's go back down to Trooper Bob.
You think of the games we've been at with the Philip Simmons game that was pouring down rain. You think of the high-scoring game, that was the end game. It was like 45-0. Then that was a crowded game, but this game sticks in my mind as a fast-paced game, especially when Goose Creek has the ball. So I want to tell you, man, it's especially when you're down here on the sidelines, very quick pace, even getting the players in and out. I want to give a shout out to my man Michael right here. He's a student here at Goose Creek. He's up there in the audio booth right next to you guys. He's running all the stuff to make this game go right tonight. So keep up the good work, Mike.
All right, thanks a lot, Bob. Halftime here, 20-14. Both teams warmed up and ready to go for the second half. Going to have a busy one. Our production crew is going to have the toughest challenge because they have to fit in this fast Goose Creek offense. Coolest play of the game, cheer of the game, drive of the game. You got to fit all that stuff in the second half. There's not a whole lot of time when you think about how quick Goose Creek plays football.
And not to mention also, I've been one of those guys down on the sideline holding the camera on your shoulder. It's nice to get a little break between plays. When Goose Creek's on offense, you're going to have to keep that camera ready the entire time. And yeah, a lot of work done even from our side of the field. But hey, I'm excited to see it. It's been fun to watch.
2 touchdown passes in the first half and a rushing touchdown for Andrew Moore. I'll circle his name for one of those awards after the game, potentially, if this one goes Goose Creek's way. And Cane Bay has spread the wealth. Jabari Grant has steered this Cobra offense well. First half interception by Cameron Avery to keep playing the game so far, potentially for Cane Bay, but the Cobras get it to start the second half. So after the halftiming, one of the great things about Friday Night Rivals, but also not great, is we always get that extended halftime. We always get that extended. Homecoming pops up, and here we are. Ready for second half action. Toe to leather, and this one taken at the 10 by Miles. He's got a seam. Miles has space. Out across midfield and up that left sideline. It's actually not Miles. I think it's Tompkins. It is.
Tompkins. Wow.
And Tompkins, the big return. It had been Miles back there most of the game, and they snuck Sean Tompkins back there, and he has the big kickoff return. And one thing you can't do is give an option offense a short field.
No. And what a way to find those holes. And they got those blockers. We've been talking about the blockers for Cane Bay. Huge hole to the left side. And Tompkins has that speed to beat you on that, especially on that kickoff return, too.
Right at 55 yards on the return, Cane Bay goes on offense. High formation. Ooh, what a stick. Upfield and in the grill was Aaron Bryant.
Number 44, Aaron Bryant.
Wow.
Welcome to the Creek.
He came out like a rifle. Replay sponsored by Crew Chevrolet. Tompkins, hey, you had a great kick return. Ooh. They're going to pay for that one.
Just came right down the line and wasn't necessarily north and south. Just kind of shot a gap and hit him right in the teeth. Replay sponsored by Crew Chevrolet. Crew Chevrolet on Rivers. You got a friend of the car business. Second and short. Grant thought about throwing. Goose Creek stretches it out and slings down Grant. Kenny Johnson, the stop.
This Goose Creek defense has come to play in this second half. 2 big hits against this Cane Bay option. And, well, now you're Cane Bay, you're backed up.
Do have an excellent field goal kicker in Lawson Thorne. And this is well within his range. Anything off a tee from inside of 50 yards is well within his range.
Yeah, 1 out wide for Cane Bay.
Rhodes is the deep back, and Russell Zaire has to pop out and ask for the timeout. Cane Bay, 3rd and 12, but this is probably 4 down territory.
Yeah, definitely.
I would think so. I mean, you could take the field goal, and maybe later on you have a chance to get another one that matters, but I think you're probably thinking 4 downs, at least for the moment, if you get 5 or 6 here.
I think it...
I'm here on the sidelines with Delta Force, Sharidia, and Taryn. Sharidia, what kind of programs do you offer?
We offer recreational and competitive cheerleading and tumbling for athletes ages 2 to 18. We have classes like our little Tiny Tots, which is great for the 2 to 5-year-old age group. We have true beginners that come to any classes. So lots of, and we also have an after-school program that picks up for schools throughout the Summerville area.
And Taryn, is it too late to join the team?
Absolutely not. This Sunday we are kicking off our free special needs team, the A team. Practices are every Sunday. Just give us a call or shoot us an email. We can tell you all about that. And then we've also got our half-year program that starts November 6th. That's Sunday. We're going to do a little tryout for that. It's great for anybody that's kind of interested in cheerleading. You're not really sure what you might be getting into, or high school cheerleaders that
It'll be 4th.
rest of the year.
All right, we have Halloween coming up. You have something pretty cool coming up. Tell us about it.
Tomorrow we have our free trunk or treat that is open to the public from 4:30 to 6:30. Also before that, we are having a celebration for our summit winning team Outcasts. We're going to do a little celebration for the gym, but our trunk or treat is tomorrow from 4 to 6:30. And we also have our half-year tryouts that we're going to plug again November the 6th.
Do you have to be really well skilled to come here, or can you be a beginner?
Absolutely not. You can be a beginner. We've got trial classes. Everybody's entitled to a free trial class, but we've got classes all the way from 2-year-olds all the way up to 18-year-olds, beginner, advanced, you name it. We've got it for you.
All right, we're going to send it back up there while they teach me how to do a backflip. I'll see you guys later.
A 51-yard field goal attempt from Lawson Thorne sailed short and right while we were in that interview. A sack by Goose Creek, and then the field goal by Thorne just short and right, and that will bring up Goose Creek will take it 1st and 10 at their own 20. This is a rule that I always forget in high school, that if you attempt the field goal, it goes down to the 20-yard line.
It's basically like a touchback. They kick the field goal.
Ball has to go so far, I kind of forget what it is. It's one of the things I'll have to freshen up. It's one of those nuances that changes at every level. Handoff on 1st down and snowed under and stopped. Is, I believe, McGowan. Yeah, nice job pushing upfield and getting penetration by Alex Lawless. We've said his name a couple of times tonight. More quick snap, more running for it. We'll pick up 6 or 7, maybe 8. It'll bring up 3rd down and 2. I told you a couple of times, Russell Zayres, the head coach, is the defensive coordinator for Cane Bay, and he loves this linebacking core. Ben Newton, Parker Osborne, Nevin Stevens, Cameron Avery. Play hard, very sound defensively. They've been tested tonight.
Another big test right here on 3rd down. Showing a little bit of a blitz on the left side. And now Goose Creek looks like they might audible after that look.
Moore inside, running room for Williams. Tries to stretch it outside, has the 1st down. And that'll move the chains. And Mr. Sparky 1st down, our initial one for Goose Creek here in the 2nd half.
Tackle made by number 21.
And Goose Creek picking up right where they left off in the 1st.
Look at the Cruz Chevrolet replay. Great design run, and Williams does a great job bouncing to the outside and getting some extra yardage on that play. So it looks like Goose Creek moving fast again, getting some more yardage.
Quick throw and catch from Moore to Malloy. He picks up about 5. Quarterback knocks him out of bounds.
2nd down and
Malloy in motion again. Williams inside, picks up a couple, and it'll be 3rd and short. You got about 8 seconds before the snap. You thinking about anything? You know what's impressive? The organization it takes at the high school level to play this quickly.
I have not seen a single team in the Low Country who's been able to snap the ball this quickly and do it as effectively as they've been doing it. I think it starts with that quarterback Moore really being the anchor of that offense.
I was just about to say that. It takes a veteran quarterback. It takes Drew Moore. You have to be able to operate it, and that's what Goose Creek has. They also have a pretty talented quarterback in Moore. Makes a man miss in the hole, picks up 10, and the Gators move the chains.
Moore has been playing an outstanding game today, and not only been able to pass it down the field, but do it on his legs, as you see there in the Cruz Chevrolet replay.
Alex Breeden up to make the stop. Moore already has it snapped again. Moore with pressure coming, hit as he throws. This one hangs out there and is incomplete.
Oh, are they going to call PI on that?
They throw a flag in, and I hope this isn't interference to not let the receiver come back to the ball, because there's not a receiver on the planet that gets back to that one.
It didn't even.
The official might be asking for help because he didn't see where the football was going. He was watching the contact.
I don't even know if Troy Reed could have been able, was even turning his head to come back to that ball.
Yeah, it was 20 yards short, and he was hit as he threw, too. So that one's. We'll let them collaborate and see what they come up with. It's tough when you're the official because you're watching the action on the field, looking for the contact. And while the ball's in the air, you can't really figure out both at the same time. You can't look in two places at once.
Call on the field is pass interference against Cane Bay. That'll move the ball deep into Cane Bay territory.
It's an interesting call. I could see kind of what the bang play was there, how you could maybe see how that was interference, but from up here, it didn't look like that was catchable.
And off in there to McGowan. McGowan puts it.
McGowan's straight ahead for Goose Creek as we're watching the replay. Finds a seam, and he's inside the 5.
Well, Goose Creek said, I'll make lemons with lemonade, and just pound it down the middle. Nice 40-yard gain. And now Goose Creek knocking on the door once again. They've been deadly so far in the air, but they can run it too.
Moore with McGowan's. Goose Creek looking to make it a 2-possession lead.
And up into McGowan.
Moore kept it inside, and the flag flies in. He's stacked up short.
And we got Laundry on the field.
And this one in the neighborhood of holding.
Osborne with the tackle.
It's really interesting the way we get to watch it. We see it live, and then we see a slightly delayed replay, and then we see the 10-second delayed replay, so we can see it all almost 3 times. We get the best.
Holding Goose Creek. That'll move it back 10.
So offensive holding on Goose Creek.
It'll be first and goal.
And it'll be first and goal, but it'll be first and goal from back at about the 15.
Now you gotta think more with his arm in.
I don't know if the chains got set or if the play clock was set properly because Goose Creek was trying to go so quickly.
I mean, Goose Creek goes so fast, makes it hard for us to try and get some words out. The refs are trying to keep up. The PA announcer's trying to keep up. I'm still not over the fact that they move so fast that they can't keep track of the down and the yardage. Yeah. That's how you know they move fast.
Moore, blitz comes. Moore snowed under and sacked. Goose Creek got the big penalty and then popped the big run, but they've gone 25 yards now the wrong way as the Cane Bay defense bent but has not broken.
Great play. Osborne was in on there, and so was Alex Lawless.
From the Cane Bay 24.
Great job by the Cane Bay defense. And now second and goal, but it doesn't really feel like it.
Moore.
Looks. Finds a man.
Over the middle, in traffic, incomplete.
Incomplete.
Forced it in there to Malloy, and right there was Orback, and also up and over from the safety spot, Freddie Williams. I was kind of watching that back end for Cane Bay because they've substituted really quickly a couple of times. I said Freddie Williams, might have been Tompkins.
You gotta get those people in as quick as you can because of how fast this Gator offense moves. And at the speed they move, it's got to tire out the defense as well.
And I'm trying to make sure the downs are right. I had 2 snaps. I'm trying to make sure it's not supposed to be 4th down. Little screen play. Everyone came upfield for Cane Bay. Well set up. McGowan picks his way down to the 10-yard line. And now Jason Winstead has a decision. 2 1-0 teams in Region 6 5A.
Number 12 on the tackle for Cane Bay.
Cane Bay hopes of a region title. Goose Creek, the perennial power in Region 6. Hoping to continue to stake their claim.
Yeah. Well, Goose Creek is, they're putting a little bit of thorn in those plans.
Attempt coming up. Number 88.
Goose Creek will off the field goal. Owen Ferris, the sophomore from the right hash, on to attempt it. 31-yard field goal. Nice job to get the snap down. Kick on the way. 2-possession lead for the Gators.
Big play.
Looking to see the holder, maybe the MVP on that field goal. Ferris good from 31 yards. Goose Creek by 9.
if you're Goose Creek, you got exactly what you wanted coming out of the halftime break. You get the stop, and then you drive it down, and you get at least a field goal. You get a score to go up by 2 scores.
And this is a big spot for Cane Bay. They have not been tested like this in a couple weeks, especially going into that fourth quarter. I know they've had a close game against Ashley Ridge, but big spot for Cane Bay to be in right now.
This one's short to Horvath, and he has nowhere to go. So Goose Creek, after the long kickoff return, a few minutes ago, were to open the second half by Tompkins. They decided to elect to keep it, kick it short. Let's go look at the fan zone fan cam. Good crowd here at Goose Creek tonight. Kids loving it. Halftime homecoming festivities. Fan cam sponsored by Fan Zone. All your sports teams gear under one roof.
The biggest drive of the game here for Cane Bay. Goose Creek has seemed to found an answer for their option offense. They need to find a way to get through.
It's the big B back, Langston Rhodes. He's just kind of a battering ram. 400 yards on the season, a couple of touchdowns. You have to keep the defense honest. You have to pound that fullback right in the middle of the line. Keep some A-gap integrity, make sure that defense sucks in. Rhodes again, maybe one too many times the well there. And quickly third down for Cane Bay.
Wow. I mean, Goose Creek now, the difference from what I've seen from Goose Creek's defense from the first drive to now is they're able to strategically place themselves in the box, really load that box, and not give them a lot of room from the start. Cane Bay's got to pop something out if they want a chance here.
Third down, little misdirection, little counterplay, I should say, goes the other way, and will give Russell Zaire an opportunity to think about going for this. Out to the 30, 31-yard line as Rhodes gets a couple. And this is really what this offense is made for. 3 yards and a cloud of dust, if you will.
Barrel it downfield. The way Goose Creek offense has been playing, I would go for it here. And it looks like that's what the Cobras are going to do.
I see other concerns. Drew Moore right now is just that good.
Yep. Turning point of the game.
Grant inside, going to be close, but I don't think so. Rhodes stacked up, and Goose Creek holds. Gator offense will go to work in great field position. Their best of the night inside the 35-yard line.
Wow, looks like Deron Rivers was there. Cane Bay offense trying to stand on the field saying that they did get it. Oh, looked like they're going to measure it. Let's get a list of the PA.
Well, the game's being called. Yeah, the game's being called a couple different places. We take this time to remind you the third quarter score bug is brought to you by David Aylor Law Offices, your client-focused, community-driven injury firm. Gonna get a good look at it here.
Let's see if they got it. Just short.
They stretch it out, and Goose Creek very happy.
You could put inches. Game of inches, probably 3 laces of the football there that separated Cane Bay from that first down. And we've talked so much about Drew Moore in this offense, but what about this Goose Creek defense? In the second half, ever since that midway point through the second quarter, they have been lights out, and it's really been the turning point of this game.
So Drew Moore and company get the short field. Moore pressure gets away. Little pump fake. Races to the sideline near first down yardage. Makes something out of nothing. That was all improvisation and all Drew Moore.
I played lacrosse back in my day, and what he did with the football and on that play is he did a little bit of a swim move. Came up, kind of dodged the hands coming in. As you see the replay sponsored by Cruz Chevrolet. Right about here when he sees the dodge of the defender, whoop, just take it over a little bit. Great play by Drew Moore.
Malloy the catch. And first down yardage. Drew Moore's going to have a chance to play college football, and that one's going to work in high school. That was not going to work on a college linebacker. You get away with, there are things you get away with in high school.
Yeah.
Goose Creek looking right now to drive the nail against this Cane Bay option offense. They have risen to the occasion tonight. Williams, a nice run. And right now, it's not quite big chunk yardage, but it's 4 and 5 at a time, and Goose Creek just continues to execute.
Cane Bay's defense has been on the field a long time, and that's a big thing, too. Goose Creek plays them fast, plays them hard, and has been on the field.
Moore looking for his third touchdown throw. Pressured, flag comes in, throws incomplete through the end zone. I think he wanted Reed, who had over 100 yards receiving in the first half. The photographer down there in the end zone. It was like a step into the end zone.
He tried to get out of the way as fast as he could.
Yeah. Went the wrong direction. He was like on the field of play.
Holding is a call against your Gators. 10-yard penalty.
Holding, and that'll back up Goose Creek.
It'll be 2nd and 20.
Yeah, you don't want to end up like those guys you see on like NFL Sundays or College Football Saturdays that are holding the big cameras, not paying attention, just get barreled over. So I'm glad we're up here in the booth, Zeke.
2nd and about 21. Screen comes again. Malloy all the way across the field. Cane Bay had a better field. They kind of expected this one. And Malloy makes something out of nothing. Wow. Had to run about 70 yards. I think he picked up the penalty yardage he did and finally chased out of bounds all the way on the other side of the field by Keaton Cooley.
The Goose Creek offense has had a lot of success with these screen plays, and it's because these wide receivers are so fast. They can move laterally. The Cane Bay defense is having trouble keeping up with this speed, and these screen plays have been bread and butter for this Goose Creek offense.
Yeah, back into that play was all Daniel Malloy, and he makes this 3rd down manageable.
Malloy and Reed, and even throw in Evan Daniels. They all got some second gears on them.
Some confusion getting the play in, and Goose Creek asked for the timeout. So this one was back and forth early, as on the opening drive of the game, in just a little less than 2 minutes, Goose Creek Moore found Reed for a 23-yard touchdown pass, and then Arvante Miles scored from 5 yards out on the next possession for Cane Bay to knot it at 7. And Cane Bay again, Wheeler from 9 yards out. And then Moore, the 1-yard touchdown run. And Moore to Daniels just before the half, and then the field goal by Ferris to start the second half. And Goose Creek has really 16 unanswered. They kind of seized control of this football game.
Yeah, big part of that, like we said, defense turning into offense. They've been doing great converting those plays. Big third down for him there, though.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 3rd and 7 for your Gators. Just make a little noise, get behind them.
Third and 7 for Goose Creek. Moore, the low snap, handles it. Runs away from pressure. Has a man wide open in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown.
Wow.
I think it's Reed.
It's Reed.
Troy Reed, his 2nd TD reception of the night. But that play really made by the legs of Drew Moore.
Oh, yeah. Drew Moore does a great job. If you want to take a look at replay, if we're going to get it by Cruz Chevrolet. Great job by Drew Moore extending this play. We'll take a look at the replay after this kick, but Reed has been Drew Moore's guy all night, and finds him again once again. 2nd touchdown of the night for Reed.
A touchdown brought to you by Trident Technical College. Your future, your college, Trident Technical College.
Looks like a little bit of a false start there on the extra point.
Procedure penalty against the Gators, moving back 5.
Well, we're going to have some decisions later on. You know, the coolest play of the game from Holy City Heating and Air. We got the drive of the game, Cruz Chevrolet drive of the game. PAT backed up on the penalty.
Wow, nice kick.
And knocked through.
Was that Maya Gonzalez? It was, wasn't it?
It was Maya. Great kick by Maya Gonzalez.
Weighs 100 pounds soaking wet, and that was a rocket. Here's a look at the touchdown.
Yeah, you see Drew Moore does a great job extending the play with the legs, and you see a little bit of a breakdown in the defense. I think that quarterback might have come up, seeing Moore run down the field, and when you see Reed at the back of the end zone, Drew Moore was salivating when he threw that ball.
Good look at it here. That is just backyard football. Troy Reed. Good in the NFL.
Yep. And Reed, and one of the things that I've seen with Reed too on a lot of these drives and a lot of these offensive plays is he does a great job making his way across the field laterally. He could be on the left side and he makes his way all the way down to the right side, just keeping the play alive and outrunning a lot of these defenders and getting open. We'll get a good look at Moore there. Moore did get one extra point blocked, but she's been fantastic tonight. That last extra point could have been good for 40.
So Cane Bay not where an option offense wants to be now. Short kick, Horlback takes it, and he kind of gets free up the far sideline, and really good field position for the Cobras to start this drive. If you're Cane Bay, you're going to have to find something outside. You were able to get a little counter or misdirection work on that drive that Wheeler finished off. Trying to get able to get that working. You're going to have to find something, I think, outside attacking Goose Creek.
Goose Creek is stacking the box. They are not letting Cane Bay beat them down the middle. So if you are Cane Bay, take what that defense is giving you. Those mixed directions, like you said, Zeke, have been working in their favor. You got to switch something up, try to show some different looks. You see a little bit of a quarterback rollout there. There you go, outside.
Little option coming this way. Late pitch. Flag comes in. Wheeler's going to go down the sideline and score. I'm afraid this one might be coming back, as I believe that's going to be a hold on his lead blocker, Miles. I said Wheeler. It was actually Tompkins, 6, not 5.
Now let's see what the call is down on the field. It looks like they're pointing. It could have been. It was a lead block. They are pointing towards that offensive side. Great run by Tompkins.
It's actually 2 flags, and I think they're different flags. So let's see what happens.
Holding is the call. That would be accepted.
So there was downfield. There was an illegal blindside block, and because it was downfield, it'll be turned down, and instead they walk off the holding call, back it up. Technically 8 yards, and it's first down and 18 for Cane Bay back at the 31-yard line.
Yeah.
Grant tried that option again and tried to cut it upfield, nowhere to run.
It's a shame for Cane Bay, too, because that was exactly what me and you were saying right before the play. Get the ball outside, try to get some work and work that sideline. They did a great job, but now that they got to still try and get to the outside, but I think Goose Creek's going to be a little more aware of that game plan now.
That lack of a passing game, you look at Goose Creek and their safeties are 7, 8, 9 yards up to the line of scrimmage. No one defensively for Goose Creek is deeper than 7 yards, 8 yards. Makes it tough. Here's a chance to get over the top, though. Grant takes a shot, but too deep. Flag for his receiver, Brody Roberts, who had a step.
Flag on the field.
And a couple of flags in the secondary. Wonder if these will be defensive holding potentially.
That could be a nice break for the Cobras.
It's too far downfield to be ineligible downfield, so this might have to be either interference or a holding.
Holding against the Gators, defensive holding against the Gators.
Well, there you go. Cane Bay with their second pass attempt of the game. It wasn't complete, but it got them some yards.
I learned something else tonight. Defensive holding is not an automatic first down in high school.
Wow, you're right. Interesting.
So the two teams trade holding penalties and a play. Little counteraction to Miles. He picks up half of what is needed to gain, needed for the first down. Picks up 5 yards.
Cane Bay has had, this is the most quote-unquote success I've seen Cane Bay have, even though they haven't got the first down yet. They've shown a lot of different looks. It's also because probably these penalties have made this, instead of 3 plays, more like 5. But you got to convert this here. 5 yards is what your offense is built for. This could be a huge momentum shifter for the Cobras.
Grant, a quarterback keeper this way. I can't think if that was an option play, but it wasn't. Grant tried to turn it upfield, gets back to the line of scrimmage, may have picked up 1. And shaken up on the play is Grant. Can't tell if he's...
That's not what you want to see here. Cane Bay regardless.
Jabari Grant, the player shaken up. Looks like he's favoring maybe that leg. And so one of the medical staff at Cane Bay tends to Jabari Grant. You can tell he's favoring that leg, and you're hoping that's just some sort of a cramp situation, best case scenario. Looks like he's rolled over and kind of straightened it out now, which is a good sign. We can tell you later on tonight. Be sure and join ABC News 4's Scotty Eisberg and Natalie Spalla on Friday Night Rivals tonight at 11:05. Scores and highlights from throughout the Low Country. Full night of high school football around the area tonight. A couple of big ones, Berkeley and Ashley Ridge was a tight football game.
I think you had Somerville playing someone big today. I forget exactly who, but
Jabari Grant being helped off the field, put a little weight on that leg.
That'll bring up 4th down.
And he goes down. That'd be a big blow for Cane Bay if he's not able to come back. Mark Stewart is the backup quarterback, but right now Cane Bay has to punt and will need a defensive stop.
I think the decision to punt might have gone into, or this possibly what happened to Grant might have gone into what this decision was to punt rather than try and go for it here.
High kick, fair catch signaled.
Fair catch taken by Goose Creek.
Goose Creek, 17-yard line.
Are we just announcing the winner?
For your Goose Creek Gators. There's 27 seconds left.
Okay, fans, one more time tonight. You can vote for the Delta Force All-Stars cheer of the game. Log on to abcnews4.com/poll and vote for either of tonight's cheer squads, Cane Bay or Goose Creek. Vote for your cheer of the game. Cast a vote. Delta Force All-Stars cheer of the game. Results coming momentarily. Final 30 seconds of the third quarter. And Goose Creek will go to work on offense. Do you keep playing at the speed with which you've played?
So now you try to start thinking, we got the lead, we have the ball, you want to start winding some of that clock. Uh-oh.
Moore had it slip out of his hands and picked it up and just slung it into the sidelines. Heady play there. Starting to get a little damp, starting to get some dew on the field. It's that time of year. You can see it.
Yeah, a little. Yeah, definitely a little bit slicker than maybe it was in August. I have to say, after watching that play, though, and watching this kid play all night, Drew Moore has a fantastic football IQ. He's really what's made this offense run tonight and been so prolific, not just tonight, but over the past couple of weeks. They've had some good games against Fort Dorchester, Somerville, even those who came out with losses, put some points on the board. See more here again, and just through the hands of Evan Daniels.
Pulled it out of the belly of the running back, and one of Daniels over the middle, couldn't connect. And just like that, 3rd and 10. Here you can see some of the moisture on the field. The ball looks wet to me.
Yeah, it looks like it might. I checked in with my weather team back at ABC News 4, but it looks like it might get a little bit of rain over the weekend.
Out wide on 3rd down, incomplete, and Goose Creek a 16-second drive, and we'll have to punt.
That's the downside of when you run your offense as fast as the Gators do. You can have 16-second drives.
Well, you can see the wet ball is really impacting. The dew's setting in. We've hit the dew point. The field is legitimately wet because of the humidity here in the low country. And you can tell that ball got wet quick, and now you see the towel boys and the ball boys getting very active to try and keep it dry.
Yeah, a lot of switch out of those footballs.
It may not be 40 or 38 or whatever it was last night for the Bears and the Commanders, if you will.
There's still a factor here. There's still a factor.
But it is cool
there it
here,
is.
and that punt blocked and out of bounds, and just a 6 or 8 yard punt.
Cane Bay will get excellent field position.
And down. And let's see if we can see who came in on that and got the block punt.
25-yard line, 1st and 10, Cane Bay.
The punter is Caleb Wall, the linebacker.
It looked like it might have been Giovanni Spiritoso. I'm not sure. I think I saw number 20 in there, maybe Jordan Horvath as well, 2021.
But the block punt, put an asterisk by that one because there's 4 seconds left in the 3rd quarter with Cane Bay, the short field. Straight ahead, Miles, and that is how we will end the 3rd quarter. Cane Bay will be knocking on the door with their backup quarterback, Matt Stewart, when we come back. It was 14-7 Cane Bay in the 2nd quarter. Since then, all Goose Creek. 23 unanswered for the Gators through 3 quarters here at Goose Creek. They lead it over Cane Bay 30-14 on Friday Night Rivals. Goose Creek, 23 unanswered. They lead 30-14 as we open the 4th quarter here at Goose Creek High School. Week number 8 of Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Season number 13. Well, there's an old phrase about,
come at the king.
This has been Goose Creek's region for a while, and Cane Bay is going to have to come up with a magical fourth quarter if they want to capture a region title.
No.
Matt Stewart has it stripped. And Goose Creek out of there with it.
Wow.
Lost it on the option, and coming up with a fumble recovery is Tiandre Smalls, the senior.
You see the emotion coming out of Ravonte Miles. Tough break for the backup quarterback. I think it was second play from scrimmage. Not what you want to see happen. It looks like he just lost control of the ball, went to go pitch it. Oh, it was a great play by the Goose Creek defender there, Kenny Johnson, who's listed on our roster as a running back. But he comes up on the stop.
Fourth quarter replay is brought to you by David Aylor Law Offices, your client-focused, community-driven injury firm. Let's see how, now with a lead, Goose Creek approaches this one. Inside running room. Jason Winstead decides he's going to get the clock moving a little bit. Runs it with Williams, and a nice gain for Jehovah Williams on first down. And an injury timeout. Williams shaking up a little bit on the play.
Looks like, he got a little twisted on the tackle there.
We might need pullovers next week.
Yeah, I'm seriously considering bringing a pullover. For those of you who don't know, we have the window open here in the press box, and I don't think either me or Zeke anticipated kind of the breeze we would get up here.
Yeah, it was at Kiowa earlier today, and it was hot, and it is no longer hot.
There you go. Yeah, see, we have this window open over here. Little chilly.
Yeah.
If we only had the popcorn from last week.
Where is the popcorn delivered? Fourth quarter score bug brought to you by Cruz Chevrolet. Cruz Chevrolet on Rivers. You've got a friend in the car business. You got to get the fourth quarter, the way it's set up, you have to get like a sponsor in every 30 seconds.
Yeah.
2nd and 4, a little running room for McGowan, but not much. Nice stop in the hole.
And you're right.
For Cane Bay, that was Avery coming over. But you take that back, that was actually Alex Lawless. We've said his name a lot.
Lawless has been across the field.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to. It's weird. They're giving him a first down.
Just needed a couple, and probably picked up a couple, but Goose Creek will get the clock moving.
But it's like you said, Zeke. We've seen Goose Creek take 16-second drives, passing down the field, rushing up to the line of scrimmage. This is a new Gator offense that we're seeing. Lots of runs, slow.
A West Shore home first down for the Goose Creek Gators, and a little running room, but not much for McGowan. Guess who again? It's the exact same play. Alex Lawless, same man making the tackle. This game turned in the second quarter. Goose Creek went straight down the field and scored to start the football game. Cane Bay answered. They got a stop. Cane Bay answered again with a Wheeler touchdown run. But this game really turned in the second quarter on the fumble.
Mm-hmm. And that fumble was really what Goose Creek getting a stop on defense, and especially right before the half, really changed that momentum because they weren't having much success early on in the game.
Moore's going to air it out. Two defenders back there circling under it and unable to come up with the interception is Keaton Cooley. Had an unbelievable season, has a couple of picks this year. Coach was raving about him, and he's going to lose some sleep tonight over that one.
Yeah, right in the bread basket. Looks like the receiver wasn't even in the area. Sometimes you just got to make sure you keep your eye on the ball as we look at this replay. Sponsored by David Aylor Law Offices. I think he just got in his head too much.
Sometimes it's too easy.
He's already imagining kind of running down the field, unfortunately, but still some more times to make some plays, make up for it. That's how the mentality you got to have.
Back to the ground, McGowan weaving his way near first down yardage. It is a West Shore home first down. And the freshman running back has been a spark. Mm-hmm. He has that quick first step, and Years coming, years ahead, and on Friday Night Rivals, keep an eye on Mr. McGowan. Maybe not right now. He's a little shaken up. took a little extra shot there.
Yeah, he's going to need a little breather for a second. He should be fine.
I think he was shaken up, and so I'm going to stop it for the moment.
Trying to get him back on the field? Looks like it.
I don't think he can come back in being injured. I think he has to come off.
At least for one play. Well, he's standing right next to his head coach.
This is week number 8. There are 10 weeks of Friday Night Rivals driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Said earlier tonight, next week we head west of the Ashley. Oh, just a little ho-hum football game. Fort Dorchester at West Ashley. Both teams having phenomenal seasons. Fort Dorchester maybe not right there where they want to be by their standards.
Yeah, their standards are higher than
but
most.
We know Steve LaPrade trying to get better at the end of the season, hoping for that postseason run, and veteran quarterback. And that's a team that is going to be reckoned with. West Ashley would like to have something to say about that before all is said and done. Then our final game of the year, Oceanside at Timberland. Still some unfinished business for Goose Creek. 9.5 minutes to play, 30 to 14. The Gators lead.
It's probably the slowest you'll see the Gators offense all season.
New running back in for Goose Creek. Straight ahead goes. I said Evan Daniels, but that's not right. That's Javion Kornicki, senior running back. Gets a touch. 22, not 12. There's a good look at Javion Kornicki. And Goose Creek is letting the air out of the ball a little bit right now.
There you go, yeah.
It's a basketball term. Speaking of which, today is the 14th, which makes tomorrow the 15th. Which means basically all of college basketball is practicing this time of the
Woohoo!
Not just if Division I's been going for a while. They pretty much have a non-stop season now. Division II gets underway.
Nice play by Evan Daniels there, but yeah, college basketball. We're seeing, high school basketball season's right around the corner as well for all the high school fans out there. And I believe, if I was reading your notes correctly, I believe there's someone on this roster who is a little bit of a standout basketball player. Not sure if I read that correctly. Maybe I'm wrong.
Goose Creek trying to come up with the win. They would move to 2-0 in the region. If I just heard correctly, Stratford beat Wando tonight 20-14. So that would mean Wando would have, I think, 2 losses in the region. Stratford 1. Goose Creek and Stratford.
We have the final score. Ashley Ridge 21, Berkeley 20.
Close game in Berkeley. It looks like just over the PA, Ashley Ridge 21, Berkeley 20, which is a big contest for Berkeley because Berkeley was really had their struggles this season.
Goose Creek on the Cane Bay side of the field. They lead by 16. Still a 2-score game. Clock runs here in the 4th quarter. This is McGowan over the right side, around the right end and out of bounds near the 30-yard line. I think there's a flag down at the 35. So this one might come back on a holding downfield. But it might be enough for the first down if they mark it from the spot of the flag.
Could be. Yeah, it depends on these rules for high school flags are. It looks like
it's a spot foul once it's beyond the line of scrimmage. You go back 10 yards.
Holding Goose Creek.
There you go. There you go. He did a way better job of explaining it than we could.
David Aylor Law Office's replay. McGowan outside and Tompkins
doing what he does.
Couldn't get free of the hold.
And now if you're Goose Creek, you just keep doing what you're doing, feeding those running backs, Malik McGowan. We've been talking so much about the passing game that it seems sometimes, especially in that first half, we're kind of overlooking McGowan. He's been having a solid game himself as well.
More of the short throw, complete to Reed. And he works to get out of bounds.
That's been...
It was kind of like he was working to get out of bounds to stop the clock. I don't know if they're working on something here or what.
Maybe Reed just wants a little bit of extra yards. He wants that hat trick for the touchdowns.
Little 6-yard gain, nice throw and catch. Troy Reed's been unbelievable tonight, well over 100 yards receiving, couple of big gainers in the first half. McGowan, first down and out of bounds.
Just dragging the man with him as well.
And that's another Goose Creek Gator first down. Sponsored by New Life Christian Fellowship.
And Goose Creek just play by play, run by run, closing the door on Cane Bay.
Well, we said in our open that this was an improving football team, and a little too much firepower from Somerville, a little too much from Fort Dorchester, but improving. And I think they took the next step tonight.
I think it's just a reflection of how hard their schedule was at the beginning of the season, and their record of 1-6 doesn't reflect how good this football team is, and certainly doesn't reflect how good they've looked tonight.
McGowan bounces off of one tackle, but will not bounce off of Deshaun Tompkins. Also a really nice physical tackle on the other side of that by Newton. Ben Newton. 33 assists on tackles to lead the team for Newton this season, and counting after that one. Clock runs fourth quarter. 14-7. 14-7 Cane Bay early part of the second quarter, and then 23 straight from Goose Creek. And really the quiet story in all of this has been the Goose Creek defense, how good they've been down the stretch. Crossing route for Reed. Foot race to the corner. Out of bounds inside the 10. And Sean, that means
a Boone Hall Fright Nights red zone. Make your screams come true. And we've had a lot of those from the Goose Creek offense today. And Reed, as we look at the replay presented by David Aylor Law Offices, Reed has been deadly on this crossing route tonight. He's got that speed to really burn you on the outside. Oh, you know he wanted to get to that pylon.
Didn't see the flag, but this one's coming way back. Just mark it off. It's like a 3 yards coming in. That's interesting. And so it'll come back to the 37-yard line.
5 yards, so it'll make it second down.
So rewind, scratch the record on the Boone Hall Fright Nights red zone.
Free advertising. We're being told the results are in for our cheer of the night. Going to get to that momentarily. Second down and 13 for the Gators. McGowan breaks a tackle. McGowan breaks another tackle.
Oh.
McGowan spins free down inside the 10.
And now we got a Boone Hall Fright Nights red zone. And we also have...
Hold off on it. We don't want to overrun our...
To the 10-yard line, and that's another Goose Creek Gator first down.
McGowan's just really an unbelievable individual effort. 1, 2, 3, 4, and finally the fifth man brings him down.
Woo-hoo.
Change in directions. Freshman, cough, freshman.
Oh, my goodness.
Malik McGowan, 6 foot, 165-pound running back. It says 9 next to his year.
Wow. You give him in the Goose Creek weight room for the next 3 years, and he could be a very good prospect when some of these college coaches come to Goose Creek.
Impressive drive by the Gators. It has really been an impressive 2+ quarters from Goose Creek.
And Goose Creek has pretty much, if I'm not mistaken, has possessed the ball the entire fourth quarter so far. A really methodical drive. And you got to applaud the offensive game plan for the Gators. They went fast at the beginning when they needed to go fast. They went slow now, and they're still going to put on points. Touchdown for the freshman.
Who else gets to finish it off other than Malik McGowan? Most of this drive was individual effort from him, and the freshman gets into the end zone to add the exclamation point for the Gators. A Trident Technical College touchdown, your future, your college, Trident Technical College.
And look at this replay. A little bit of a mixed direction. Looks like the blocking's going to the right, but McGowan cuts it back to the outside, to the left side, I should say, and dives into the end zone. Great play by McGowan. And that just might do it.
PAT is no good. Might have been some miscommunication on the snap. Might have been mishandled. But nevertheless, 29 straight for the Goose Creek Gators. They are rolling. 36-14, Goose Creek leads Cane Bay. Week number 8 of Friday Night Rivals. And the Gators in control. Seconds. 36-14, Goose Creek leads Cane Bay. 29 unanswered for the Gators. And one other result we need to pass along your way. Here are the results for tonight's Delta Force All-Stars Cheer of the Game, sponsored by Delta Force Athletics, home of the Delta Force All-Stars. Tonight's winner, Cane Bay High School. They get the victory tonight in the cheer of the game. Delta Force All-Stars proudly cheering on the Low Country's high school sports.
Nice.
Cane Bay not going to go home empty-handed.
Not going to go home empty-handed. Probably not the win they were prioritizing.
Not the W the football team wants. Here's a seam on the return for Roberts, and he's out across the 40 and stacked up there. Now it's time for Holy City Heating and Air's cool play of the game.
And this was the tone setter for the second half. It's the big man, Aaron Bryant, the linebacker, coming in and laying the boom on Cane Bay running back to Sean Tompkins. And that really set, like we said, it set the tone for the second half. What a hit. I mean, we could hear the crack from up here in the press box for that one.
So tough second half for Cane Bay. They've lost their quarterback, Jabari Grant, shaken up, and he's not out there right now. And Matt Stewart, the backup, will come out and operate the offense. Stewart, a junior, 5'11", 175 pounds. And he's trying to steer this Cobra offense, option offense. Haven't mentioned it tonight, but wanted to mention it. Jeff Bleemer, the offensive line coach for Cane Bay. Just a football guy through and through. Played for Joe Paterno at Penn State, played with the Eagles for Dick Vermeil. He's the offensive line coach for this Cane Bay offense. Part of the reason they have such a good offense this season.
Wow,
been banged up and run into a little bit of a buzzsaw tonight. Stewart, a deep shot, has it complete.
Wow.
That come down in bounds?
Looks like it did. I'd have to check the stat sheet. I wonder what number of completion that is on the season for the Cobras.
Arvonte Miles climbing the ladder. The 5'6" running back goes high for the reception. And happy about it. Good throw by Stewart.
Better catch. Wow. And Cane Bay with some life. Uh-oh.
And just like that, the Cobras have picked up 40 yards in 2 plays, but a flag will stall this drive temporarily. A West Shore home first down for Cane Bay. For Dorchester, West Ashley next week. Oceanside, Timberland to close out Friday night rivals this season.
Offside against the Gators. That'll move it up 5 yards.
So up front, Goose Creek jumps.
Well, Cane Bay's moving the ball down the field. Sure, they wish they would have got this momentum a little bit earlier, but still momentum nonetheless, and there's still time on the clock.
Tompkins around the right side. It was just 1st and 5. Picks up first down yardage. Boy, there's been a lot of contact into the boundary tonight. One of the players ends up over on our temporary side. Nice gesture by the Cane Bay player to help up the Goose Creek player.
Yeah.
4 minutes to play. Cane Bay knocking on the door. Inside running room down near the goal line. I think that's Bryson Johnson. Check that. That's Rhodes. Langston Rhodes.
There's also Victor Ortiz, who's the big 280 offensive pound lineman, pushing them for those extra yards as well.
Now let's take a look at the Cruz Chevrolet drive of the game. And this one was big. Just before halftime, Goose Creek really turned the tables in the final 5 minutes, or the final couple of minutes of the first half.
I mean, this was coming right off a big fumble by their defense. Offense needed to step up and convert, and Moore did just that with a dot to Evan Daniels. And ever since that play, when they took the lead going into halftime and capitalizing off that defensive mistake, they really never looked back. And that was kind of the turning point of this game.
Good look from the end zone here at Goose Creek High School. Shaking up on the play, trying to work his way off the field. Frederick Mouzon, a sophomore linebacker. Favoring that left leg, but working his way off the field. Now it's time for the Will Lou Gray Never Stop Learning stop of the game.
Yeah, I mean, this was a great play. Cameron Avery, this is right at the beginning of the game. What a pick. Woo! Get right in front of the defender, in front of the wide receiver there. And Moore, with how talented Moore is, his football IQ, Avery showing some great guts there. And that's what set up Cane Bay earlier. They unfortunately just couldn't keep that momentum, but nonetheless, one of the best defensive plays we saw today.
Will Lou Gray Never Stop Learning stop of the game.
2nd and goal for Cane Bay.
Second and goal from the 3 for the Cobras. Tompkins in motion. He takes it on the jet sweep and scores. Little end around from the Cobras, and they get a late touchdown to feel better about things for the moment. Can they mount a crazy comeback? That cuts it to 36-20. And now down 22. The extra point doesn't help you, so you kick the PAT here with Thorne. And
there's life. I've seen crazier things happen.
So Thorne will attempt the PAT, try to get it down to 15. But a nice drive there, led by Matt Stewart. Really great catch by Miles. PAT's good from Thorne.
So with 3:37 left in the ball game, Cane Bay 21, your Goose Creek
And Cane Bay answers. Now it's time for our player of the game, sponsored by TEC Equipment Rental. And who else do you think our player of the game would be?
I think his first name starts with the letter D and the last name Moore, and he plays the position of quarterback. And it's definitely going to be Drew Moore. His passing attack helped Goose Creek throughout this game, and he hit some bombs throughout this game. Some 50-yarders. He even had a touchdown on the ground. Great plays all around, and his accuracy is bar none of some of the quarterbacks that we've seen on Friday Night Rivals, and he's really what's made this Gator offense run throughout the game today.
Drew Moore, the player of the game. Sponsored by TEC Equipment Rentals. This season's end-zone scissor lift is provided by TEC Equipment. We rent the good stuff.
I will say, it was good to see Cane Bay for Mark Stewart. It was a good drive by him, and especially after his first play of the game being a fumble, see him bounce back like that. Definitely good confidence for that backup, especially seeing what his role is going to be going forward, of course, with the injury to Grant.
And so offsides on Cane Bay.
Sign that official up.
It ends the streak by Goose Creek of 29 unanswered, but it was really a defining stretch of this football game.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna go. It looks like Cane Bay, because why not? 3.5 minutes left. Going to go for an onside here.
Goose Creek has its hands team up there. Thorne approaches. He'll kick it deep.
Into the end zone for a touchback. Goose Creek will bring
And so out of the end zone for the touchback. Goose Creek will come out. They'll go on offense and try to bleed this one out, I believe.
Well, we've seen Goose Creek have a 16-second drive, so there's still life for these Cobras as long as their defense can step up.
Special thanks to all of our promotional sponsors and partners here on Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Year in, year out, so many sponsors with us to make this work for the students and the athletes around the community. It's an opportunity for them to have an experience that's really at the next level, that television experience. They get to have that week in, week out here on Friday Night Rivals. Goose Creek goes back on offense, 1st and 10. On their own 20-yard line. Moore still in there. This one not completely out of reach for Cane Bay. Stranger things have absolutely happened. It even happened a couple weeks ago in the NFL.
There you go, yeah. I mean, I am a Baltimore Ravens fan, and we've had some brutal comebacks against us, but
well, I think was it the Jets and the Browns, the 14-point comeback in the final
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
First that was Jets Browns.
Almost 30 years.
Yeah, that was one of the crazier comebacks I've seen. Also led by a former Raven, Joe Flacco, my guy.
Kornicki on the carry, gets a couple. And Goose Creek facing 3rd down. They need about 4 to potentially get this one to our final couple of minutes of the game. We said we're at West Ashley next week. Fort Dorchester, West Ashley. Friday Night Rivals on ABC News 4 later on tonight. Starts about 11:05, 11:10. Full night of action in the Low Country. Just 3 weeks left in the high school regular season. Kornicki straight ahead, going to get near 1st down yardage. They're stopping the clock, and they're probably give him the 1st down.
Yeah, got it by inches, and if you got to stop there, if you're Cane Bay, you could have had around a little under 2 minutes left on the clock. Quick touchdown, you never know, but that 1st down might have just put the icing on the cake there for the Gators.
So Goose Creek picks up the 1st down. They can basically run this clock out unless Cane Bay decides to use a couple of timeouts to stop it. But an impressive effort from Goose Creek tonight, really from the opening bell. Opening snap, this offense came out, set the pace. Cane Bay couldn't keep up. Kornicki on the carry.
And if you're part of this Goose Creek team too, and if you're part of this coaching staff as well, you got to be proud of how these Gators not only came out hot, but then they drew more through that pick to Avery. Cane Bay took the lead. You were worried that things might slip away that you've seen in past weeks, but they were able to respond and really turn it around at the end of that second quarter. And this is a statement win for Goose Creek after having a lot of hardships, partially due to their hard schedule. They played Fort Dorchester, Somerville, some out-of-state teams that are really good. This can be that win that can get their season back on track.
More a little throw and catch. Why not one more touch for Reed?
He's got to have near 175 yards by this point.
Goose Creek will have to snap it one more time. Really impressive effort tonight from the Gators. We said from the opening touch, this offense was in high gear. Cane Bay counterpunched early, led 14-7, and then 29 unanswered from the Gators. And they'll improve to 2-0 in the region. Wins over both Cane Bay and Berkeley, and Goose Creek all of a sudden in the driver's seat in Region 6.
Undefeated. The record might not look like it, but they have undefeated in region. Great win tonight for the Cobras against or for the Gators, I should say, against a tough Cane Bay team.
Goose Creek, its second win of the season, and probably by far its sweetest. A win over their rival Cane Bay. 36-21 our final. Back with player of the game and Jason Winstead and his winning football team, the Goose Creek Gators. Really impressive from Goose Creek tonight. They win 36-21 over Cane Bay, who came in at 5-1 on the year. Cane Bay falls to 5-2. Goose Creek improves to 2-5. 36-21 our final here at Goose Creek High School.
Yeah, impressive game by the Gators. Really needed this win to get them back on track against a crosstown rival. And you see the students and the players really happy about it.
Let's go down to the field where Trooper Bob is with Jason Winstead.
Defense really, and offense just that's one long quarter. So I'm just looking forward to next week.
That's a happy group of Gators. There, you got a little trophy in their hands, having a good time with it. Sean enjoyed it tonight. Impressive from Goose Creek, peaking at the right time.
Yeah, like you said, peaking at the right time. Big win against their rivals, and going into November, they got the momentum, and they look really good, especially with Drew Moore at quarterback.
Join ABC News 4 Scotty Eisberg and Natalie Spalla tonight at 11:05 on Friday Night Rivals. Scores and highlights from throughout the Low Country. Reminder, next week, we're at west of the Ashley, Fort Dorchester, and West Ashley collide in a huge Region 5 battle with all sorts of postseason implications. Kickoff at 7:30 p.m. on My TV Charleston. For Sean Mahoney and Trooper Bob, I'm Zeke B.